timer, but it wasn't the 30-second timer. I think we're live.
It's
I
three,
don't know.
two, one, go.
We're good. Six
Are we
seconds.
going?
We're live. I'm pretty sure.
We're live?
It's weird. Yeah, we got balls
Oh,
and Easter eggs or whatever this is.
balloons, purple balloons or balls? Yeah. The
Yeah,
very basic backdrop for the
there's
low
10
budget.
people watching. 9 right now. It says. Yep. So I could see all that. This is very different though. I got to go to the chat. It's a little slower. There's no notes at the moment. I can't figure all that out. We got Movie Hunter in here saying evening everyone. Holland Oates. Let's
Rock.
see. Yeah, I don't like the chat quite as much. I might dabble with another streaming service, but this is fine for now. Wendy's in the chat saying can't wait. Mizzy's here saying good evening, Bob, Adam, and chat. Holland Oates. Johnny's in the chat. Mizzy's in the chat. Yeah, so it's like it's a little slower too. So like I'm hitting Mizzy's comment right now and it reads it right there. So it takes you can see it's a little slower to read. We've got Sydney Eubanks in the chat saying, "What's up, Bob? What's up, everyone? Bob, I have 6 movie recommendations for you, all drama thrillers, a couple of serious ones that will make you angry or cry. So you got pen and paper and write these movies down." All right, I'm like waiting to see where they are. We got Wendy saying, "Hey to Mizzy, Johnny." We've got Johnny saying, "Highland." Nikki is in the chat saying, "Good evening, Bob and Adam. Hope you are both having an awesome evening." Hi, everyone. Damn, this is much nicer than StreamYard. Is it? I don't know. Victor, like it's different on my end, so we'll see how it goes tonight.
I do
We're
like the balls. Yeah.
we're live. What are these floating balls? I don't feel safe. Uh, Tuesday night boobies. Prince says, "Sorry, doing a double live stream tonight." Grant says, "We got Bin Buster in the chat saying, yo." You see, it's like on a delay. It sucks. What's up, Bin Buster?
What's up?
Mizzy saying, "What's up, Prince?" Just a lot of highs back and forth. So like, yeah, I'm. The thing is, like, I'm typing the comments, but they're definitely not showing up as fast right now, Mizzy. So we're gonna kind of go ahead and get started. I got some more backgrounds. You guys could say yay or nay. Hold on. We've got. Let's see here. We got more videos here, and I just clicked that. It takes time. It's so slow. So like, there's that. There's this one. I don't know. It fits us because we're dark. Let's see here.
Spooky enough.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I could also do just a still, like a still image, and then there's this one. There's that. But yeah, no, we were backstage talking actually just about, and we were like, I don't know, we can't even hit like the 30-second timer yet. I don't have any videos on here. There's really no,
Yeah.
I gotta upload them separately. But it's funny because me and Adam were talking about like movies, and obviously there's been a lot of talk about credit card debt and movies lately, and I was like, credit card physical media is not the culprit for putting people in credit card debt, though. It's your choices to put yourself in credit card debt. You can't blame physical media for it. I think it's the dumbest thing because we make the choices to buy physical media. Like, it's nobody's forcing you, like, swipe that card and buy physical media.
Yeah. Yeah. It's you swiping it, not the movie. So you just gotta pick the ones you like and press behind. About what everybody else is purchasing, or try to just go movies since everyone else is upgrading. I like myself get their last edition, and I still go DVD, so I don't mind any format. VHS, I don't care as long as I have the movie. So
And the funny thing is, I talked about this before. We all love the balls, mommy. Okay, we'll go back to the balls. Hold on. But balls for everyone. But the funny thing is that, like, I talked about this earlier. Restream is okay. I learned that on a laptop. It isn't the best. Ooh, and that's what I'm on. I'm on a laptop. No Man's Land is good. Bob, take notes. Watched that 4 years ago. Conan is one of the movies I've watched in the vault before I used Letterboxd. I saw he stalks my letterbox, which is funny. Because I did saw he watched that. Anyways, though, I was talking about this, how Jeff and like Corey, I think you in particular, you guys are very good about not buying day one. Nobody's forcing you. I talked about this. Now, me, Mizzy, Tony, a lot of us bought Your Next. We paid $55 for that 4K chunky box, posters, art cards. It's cool. You get a booklet. You bought it for $3 or $2 maybe, and you're content with your copy. And that's the thing, is like, you didn't pay $55. You didn't put it on a credit card. You paid $2 for that movie.
yeah, I'll take the basic blue. I don't need that. I like the chunky box. I'd love it. Um, Christmas is coming up, everyone. So, but yeah, besides that, the I don't need it. I want it, but I don't need it. That's the two. That's the difference right there. Want and need. Uh, so it's hard though. It's hard. The wife will tell you. Sometimes I don't have that restraint on certain things. um, if it's out and I know it's not going to be there in a couple of weeks or months, then I'll grab it. I mean, if there's, don't get me wrong, if there's some stuff that's gonna be sold out and ever coming back, I'll get it. But for the most part, I wait on most everything.
There was a lot of complaints to go back to the balls. Johnny said, "We'll go back to the balls." Is not the weirdest thing I've heard on Bob's stream before. We got Fish in the chat. What is up, Fish, Doctor, and Dr. Bob? Good evening. What's up?
Doctor,
I've ever heard Dr. Bob. I like it. That's good. Thanks, Fish.
doctor.
Doctor. All right, let's see here. Christmas is coming up. Someone get Adam those chunky boxes. Wendy's taking notes. I don't think he liked your next enough for you to buy it for a chunky
No, no,
box.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you, babe. What the? Yeah, don't worry about that.
That's right. All right, we got Collector Movie Man. Let's see. There we go. Hey, Bob, how are you doing today? I just got the Twister Steelbook today, and tomorrow I have to catch a thief. Paramount presents 4K, and then Thursday I have Deadpool and Wolverine Standard Edition. Yeah, you said you just got Deadpool and Wolverine. Yeah. All right. So this is going to be a little trial by error tonight. We'll see how it goes. We're not going to go too long. I'm catching Venom tonight, Venom 3, and he's got to get up very early in the morning. So we're not going to go too late. But well, there we go. We got Jeff in the chat. It's time to start. Here we go. Jeff's here. So now it's good to go. Victor's in the chat. Johnny's here. Holland Oates is here. Mizzy's here. Nikki's here. I think we could start. Yeah. All right. So
Right, the whole gang.
the usual suspects, so to speak. But if Jeff and Holland are here, I feel safe to start a stream usually, and then Johnny's usually somewhere around. But yeah, Johnny's had a rough weekend. You know, his football teams did not play so well, so we'll see how that goes. Screen's looking nice. You like the balls, Jeff? Jeffy, they're like Easter eggs or something. I don't know what they are. I don't know. Anyways, they're purple. They're not blue. Not blue balls. They're purple balls. Purple, maybe yellow in there. They're floating balls. So let me see if I have any notes written down, because I don't think I had any notes written down. And I didn't get to rewatching all of these. I actually haven't rewatched any of them in the last week, so I don't have any notes for tonight. But I've seen these a lot. I have plenty to talk about, and there's some heavier subject matters tonight that I'm very excited to talk about. And let me just say, I wanted to talk about this before we started the stream, is that I like talking about why I recommended people movies, because I think everybody, I know I love the wall behind him, right, Jeff? That's what I said. It's the first thing I said, because he's never had it, so it looks great. Adam, your wall looks tight. Hell yeah.
Right. More to come on those walls.
Right.
Yeah.
I got to take a screen share, picture every time Sydney Eubanks posts a recommendation. He said, get my notes ready. So anyways, what I was saying, though, is the reasoning behind recommending movies to Adam tonight, and I think Nikki can appreciate this out of everybody. Nikki and I have talked about stuff like this before, but there's some horror movies and there's some not really any raunchy comedies on here, but there's one with a lot of boobs and stuff. But a lot of my recommendations came from a place of okay, Adam's a father. I don't have any kids. You have 3 kids. You're vocal about that. It's not a secret. And so the way I see it, I'm like, okay, you also have a brother. I don't have any brothers. So a lot of my recommendations tonight are I wanted to get somebody's perspective who can talk about being a brother and being a father. And so I think that's very exciting, because a lot of people I have on the stream, Corey, I could have recommended some of these too. He's a father, but some people, I wouldn't be able to have that kind of conversation with a Mizzy, because we couldn't talk about being a father, because we're not. So it's nice to get your perspective, and I'm really curious to hear some of your thoughts tonight on why, some of the thoughts on some of the movies. And that's really the reasoning behind recommending what I recommended to him tonight. There's some mindless action in horror movies and boobs in here, but I did it because I know Adam loves his boobs. Sorry, Wendy. No, Wendy, I'll get in trouble tonight. Wendy.
She knows I like boobs. No secret there. I like boobs.
Wendy. Oh, geez. Okay. Anyways, yeah. So
Uh,
that's the way it goes. You try and give the person what they like. So that's a little bit of give him something like that and a little something to get him out of his comfort zone as well. So, all right, we got busy laughing. Have you showed your
yeah.
new room yet, Adam? Did I miss it? No movie room tour.
Nope. It's coming. I'm still not
Yeah,
done.
he's got a
So
lot of.
yeah,
Hey, I mean,
yeah, I got a lot of
who doesn't
movies.
like boobs? Everybody
Right?
does. Yo, Adrian, even fish likes boobs. Shaking my head. Wendy's shaking my. It's not porn. No, it's not. I didn't recommend him porn, Wendy. I swear it's not. It
Right.
wasn't porn.
Yeah, wait, it's not even
No,
exploitation. That's what we call it
horror
around
movie,
here,
but
exploitation.
yeah. Do you want to
Uh,
start with your number 10? And I'll give me a. You
yeah, yeah,
you
let's
got a
do that.
picture of it, and then I could also pull up a poster. I only have like 7 posters.
Well, I have 8 of the 10 movies because 2 of them are on streaming, which I can't believe you gave me streaming service movies. But
I gave you one,
well, one
one
I could have
streaming
ordered
movie,
for.
and I sent you some on eBay that you
Yeah,
couldn't
one. You're
find.
right.
So
Yeah, that helped. Yeah, 3 of these came from you, so I appreciate that. I would have probably this would have took another 6 months to do, because they don't pop up 3 of these.
yeah, no, I gave you.
But number 10, you want to know number 10? I don't want to break your heart though, right off
Oh
the
fuck.
bat. Okay, so
Uh-oh. If I die before I wake,
if I die before
but
I
I don't
wake,
have the picture for
yeah,
that one. I have the DVD of that too. So I thought I sent you the VHS of it. I guess I didn't.
I do have the VHS of it, and then like a week later, I
Are
found
you serious?
the DVD.
Oh wow. Okay, because
It's because you sent it to me. It came up in like that's how it works. You always find like the next version. But number 10.
if I die before I wake.
So don't get me wrong. I didn't hate the
Mm-hmm.
movie, but wasn't. Let me see what my notes because it's been what like 3 4 months since I've watched these. But I do remember right off the top of my head, it felt like a made for TV movie. Um, it wasn't like it was okay. Like the way they shot the movie, just they could have went a little harder on scenes.
Harder on
I mean, they
scenes. They
had. Let's
raped
see
the
here.
brother and slit his throat.
No, that's what I'm about to say. They had like the rape in the shower. They raped the brother, but it was all implied. It wasn't like you see this on the screen, which I didn't need to see that on the screen, but everything was like implied, horror. Like I like it, but I don't like it, because I'm so used to just seeing people get mutilated and just over the top, on the screen. So when it's that implied stuff, it's especially with what they're going for, how dark and deep, like rape and stuff. Yeah, it was just like I'll be back, and then they come back, and then it's done. But a lot of repetitive lines, like what was it? Let's get out of here. Like they said, let's get out of here like 15, 20, 25 times. Like it's just I don't know, got repetitive at parts like that. There was only those 2 main scenes that were my kind of stuff. Um, I even put, let's see, the home invasion. All three of those dudes suck donkey. That's my thing, which means they sucked
Yeah,
ass.
yeah.
Like I didn't like any of those 3 characters at all. I didn't like the 3. Uh, Felt like like a chiller thriller from the USA Network from '89. Like old school. Just I was waiting for a commercial break. I don't know. It got better the second half,
So
but
one of the things
Mary
when I
Beth.
rewatched this, I was like, how did they not see her? When she's like,
Oh,
yeah,
Mary Beth.
multiple
Yeah,
times she's like
the
in the
the
middle
the,
of like the
the
doorway and they
daughter.
don't see her once. That was one thing I was like, okay, when I rewatched, I was like, yeah, that's. I can't even put spoilers up. I'm trying to figure out how to type in a notes if I want to. I got to figure that out. But that was one of the things.
Oh yeah, because they're
Oh
coming.
yeah, shit. Well, I already said the brother got raped.
I know that's what I'm saying. They're just gonna be coming tonight, everyone. So spoilers.
Yes, spoilers.
We're telling you now, but like you just said, Mary Beth had every time she was like in the room with every time something bad was happening, and somehow they didn't see her, find her the whole time. And she was technically the best part of the movie, I guess. I liked her acting, but yeah, it was just soft core exploitation.
Johnny said rape in the bathroom, and Adam's like, man, no one was penetrated. Alan says, oh
Yes,
gosh.
if there was, you didn't see it. It was all applied.
I
With
will
your kind
say,
of, I mean, I gave.
I was 7. No, I was this 2000? I think 2000 on the dot. 2001. I was 9 years old, I think, 9 or 10. But 9 years old watching this, can you imagine what that would do to a 9-year-old's
Okay.
brain?
Yeah, if you're a little kid, I could see little kids being scared of this, like invasion. Home invasion, from a little kid standpoint, is scary. Like that's like right up there, like somebody coming into your house you don't know. Hell no, that's not fun. And especially with what they were doing to like the mom
Yeah,
and the brother. Yeah, no kid would want to see that. But as an adult, over seeing with what I've seen
right.
now,
Well,
maybe I'm late to the show.
nine
Late to the
nine
show. I
years
don't know.
old. You
So
got a brother and two sisters and mom and dad. I literally was like 9 watching this, and I was like, it's my family. I was like, my dad, that's my mom. I was like, that's me, and then the sisters. I was like, the only thing is there was a little sister, and I'm the youngest, so. But yeah, it was like it hit close, and the brother was like only a few years older than me, so I was just like, shit, this is like fucked up for me to watch this at this age.
yeah, as like you said, if you watched it young, I would have ranked it higher, I guess, if I watched it young. But because I watched it older and I've seen other stuff, I kind of compared it, I guess, to other movies, other home invasion. It just felt like watered down, uh, per se, and cable ready. All they needed to cut out was like 3 minutes, and it's on TV. It's like that's all it is. It's really simple. But I did give it, like star rating. So whenever you're ready for those, I'll share those as well. So
Oh yeah, share it. Go ahead. I'm just reading some.
you want to know?
Yeah,
I normally don't give stars, or up to
yeah.
five, because me, I'm a one, two,
You don't
three
do you
simple
don't
guy.
do
But
letterbox, yeah.
I, yeah, I do one, two, three, and it's the way I like to do it. But for you tonight, I did give it a star or a whatever up to five. I gave it 1.5
Oh shit.
stars, so almost, almost two.
Oh gosh. Okay.
What?
Where do you think Titanic's gonna fall?
One and a half.
I'm curious on the chat. Where do they think Titanic will fall tonight? You look at your face. It's
Titanic.
because of the story post I did.
I was like, I was like, I didn't watch Titanic, but
Jeez. Okay.
I like Titanic better
Jeff
than this one.
says, no lie, this is honestly the best looking screen I've seen in a while. And Victor says, I actually agree in terms of pure visuals, the stream looks good. That's good, I guess. So I mean,
Well, yeah, we got a 1.5 right there. See, just from
I
visual.
got to go on my phone. I don't know what Jeff, he's probably not on his phone. I'm going to go on my phone and I'm going to check it out. I'm going to try and find
All
my own
right.
stream and we're going to see how this looks here. I'm curious now. But yeah, let's see here. Anyways, yeah,
We'll check the balls
Titanic
out.
1 or 2. Yeah, let me check out the balls. Stupid friggin' ads. Hold on, if I can get past the ads. Who puts ads on these things?
Right? Every time I try to join your damn live stream, it starts with an
It
ad,
does
and
look a lot.
then I'm catching up.
That I'm
But
not gonna lie, this looks a lot smoother than StreamYard though. Your face. I mean, I've got terrible lighting right now. I got to turn on a light, and but it's you look very clear, my friend. I mean, you're a very good looking guy, but you look very clear tonight, Adam.
right,
Yeah,
I know.
yeah,
I was
you guys
going for
look
the
really
clear
good.
look.
I have you on my 65-inch OLED. Oh shit, let me step it up here.
I know, right?
Do I look good enough for you, Jeff? Nice Halloween cup. I like it. I have that one. I have them sitting. Okay, all right. So that's number 10. Number 9. Go ahead.
Yeah.
What the hell?
So 9. Let's see here. Let's see.
Just
Okay.
call out the title.
The
Oh
champ.
shit. That's the other one I don't have written down, so we're good. The champ. Okay, the champ with fuck. This is the one I screwed up on. I had
Little
I
Ricky.
put it. I had it too high on your damn list. First off, I want to know. This is very clear. Wendy says we're two handsome-looking devils. She thinks tonight. Look at that, Adam. I'm putting words into Wendy's mouth now. All right,
Oh
Wendy's
god.
one of my favorites. She's great. Seriously. And there's not too many voice messages anymore, so it's a little
Likewise.
like a downer because she doesn't, she's not in the background when you're sending voice messages anymore. I don't hear her like shouting things, and so it's like it's kind of like a downer. It's not as fun.
I'll try to bring it back every now and then when
Yeah,
we're in. We'll try to send you a message when we're
yeah.
together.
Just
So
have her shout words.
random V
Yeah,
words.
exactly.
Uh,
I'm watching you too on my phone, and you look good at me. Adrian says, "Thank you very much, Adrian."
all right,
Uh,
we like
let's
it.
get some compliments.
The champ, though.
Yeah. Did you cry?
No, not with the
You didn't
champ.
cry at the end of this one.
Not
Okay.
with the
All
champ.
right. I'm gonna put spoilers up. When you want to talk spoilers, I'll have to stop. Stop. She says, "Step it up." I assume. Okay. Step it up. Yep. There we go. I will put spoilers in the chat until I can figure out how to type anything else. And then I'll like let you know when spoilers are done. I'll just type it in the chat so that will help. So if you want to talk spoilers, let me know. I'll put it in the chat.
All right. The champ was just another. I don't know, just real basic, uh, feel good, made for TV kind of thing. I liked, the cast. The cast was good. Uh, the concept, I guess, but when it came down to it, it's just horses and boxing. Um, like when I really thought about it, just too much. Like that could be the movie, The Champ. That's it. So not like the best recommendation for me, I guess, because it's a little older. Yes, it's the father son type of thing, but I don't know. It felt like more of like a dude taking care of a foster kid, uh, or just some random child that he found on the side of the road. But
Yeah.
I didn't feel like the connection, like real connection. I get the ending. I know you're talking about the ending.
Look at this. Made
Um,
for team.
so I,
TV is the theme tonight.
yeah. Well, it gets hopefully better. It might get better, the movies, but The Champ was another one that I was just bored with for the most
Yeah.
part. I really struggled to watch it, or finish it, but I did.
Well, that ending is sad.
What I did like
That
though,
ending is sad as shit.
yeah. So to get a little bit more like deeper, if you want to, we're to get a little more specific in regards to the movie right now, everybody. So if you don't
Yeah,
want to
Jeff
hear
put
parts of
spoilers
it
up.
or
Jeff
spoilers,
put it. I'll put it
yeah.
again. Yeah, and I'll yeah. What
But
the hell is that?
the it, like with the ending when he's like, champ, I want champ. Ricky Schroeder like is the best part of the movie. I mean, little Ricky, him crying and stuff. Yeah, I get it. I get how it'd be emotional too if I was watching this as a child. I just didn't buy John Voight dying, I guess, with the boxing, like how it ended. Wasn't It was a little lackluster for me. I was like, it didn't look like he got pounded that hard, and then he's dying, and then Ricky's crying, and I'm like,
Hey,
okay,
Ricky gave a great
all
performance
right.
at the end there.
That's the only thing that was good for me in the movie was him. What was it? TJ, I think his character's name was that little TJ. Uh, yeah, his scenes, his moments, great. But all I could remember was like the horses. Like I think went to like the horse track or like to a horse ranch or something, and then the boxing. And then that's all I could remember from the movie. Uh, when I thought about it again, I was like, yeah, not memorable. Not a very memorable movie.
I,
Father
I have
son.
the chat open. This is
Yeah.
different. So last time I don't I don't see the chat because I was on a different screen. So now I see the damn chat, and now I can't focus on your conversation because fucking Johnny posted Ricky Schroeder, annoying little bastard, couldn't stand his little Lord Fauntleroy ass on silver spoons and like him even less as an adult.
riding that choo-choo train around the living room. Like kid had every toy in the world. So, but that's the only reason I guess I liked it was really because I remembered watching Silver Spoon's Ricky, and he was even younger in the movie. He's like what looks like he's 6 or something, 7, but he killed it, acting
Mm-hmm.
wise.
Yeah, he's really
So,
good in this. I don't watch him
but
as an adult, but yeah. Um,
yeah, and I don't do horses, boxing like as much, so like I couldn't really get into what the movie was either. It's like okay, they're riding horses, and then
I, f-
there was no
I
Rocky. It was no Rocky.
I feel bad that it's my list hasn't worked for you the way you're listed for me. I thought
Well,
I'm sorry. Now I feel bad. I thought I knew your taste better, but this was a while back too.
well, Ricky got it 2 stars. You got this 2 stars for just for Ricky alone. Like little Ricky 2 starred it. So that's about as high as I could give it though. I was like, ugh,
Johnny must not have
please be
liked
over
him
soon.
once he got on NYPD Blue either. Then no, Victor, I did not. That's funny. Okay, all right. Let me pull up the images again. So, because once again, I have to go to my computer and do it. So, what is number 8? I might have to pull it up. Who knows?
Yeah, actually you do because it's one that I don't have. It's one of those streamers. The night comes for
What the
us.
fuck? How is that going to be number 8? Get this shit out of here with that. That's a crack.
It's
No,
number
that's
8.
not that. How is this number 8? You're on crack. This is no, bro. No, 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 no. That's fucked up.
It doesn't mean that it was
It
like
better be
it's
like really high.
also
Like
fine.
holy shit, your list was incredible. Does this work actually? People might actually like this, leaving the poster up like this, and then us on the side, so they know what we're discussing instead of now discussing.
If you have them.
I could leave it like
Well, yeah, if you have all of the posters, I guess, for them.
you're on crack though,
What was this
bro.
again? Yeah,
Wendy.
that.
I'm gonna smack your husband inside the head not liking this. The night comes for us, number 8, dude. Oh, the little snap. Yeah, how are we at a number 8 on the night comes for us? Johnny tuned in every week, hoping for a charge to get killed off Victor. That's hilarious. Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
why this is number 8, but whatever. You do your thing. Go.
Well, do you want to? Well, if you really want to know why, it's because all of the movies from here were great, but I don't want to spoil how great they were.
All
So
right.
so go with that. Go with just knowing that from 8 up, I was happy. But what levels of happiness? The night comes for us. I was
Violent
confused
though,
most of the
right?
time
The
because
violence.
I love the violence, the blood, the gore, the fights, the women, the two girl fight, the
I
battle.
would
Oh,
give my
superb.
world for the one that was like the
Like
big badass, the woman in that movie, not the blonde, not the one with the short
right.
hair, the one that loses her finger. I would the things I would do to just we'll just leave it at that. She was so attractive and she's such a badass in this movie and she's super hot and oh my gosh. Prince, you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, go ahead.
Yeah, that's the. I mean, all of the fights, all the action sequences, killed. They killed it. It just had so much dialogue, and it's subtitled. Uh, I might have been a little tired watching, so I got confused a little bit quick because I'm like, okay, I got to keep up with this. But once they got to like just the fight sequences and killing people, and I was like, all right, I'm in again. Um, then I really enjoyed it. So it was mainly just because I don't mind foreign film like where like I have to read
So
and stuff like that. I enjoy those movies. But this one I was just kind of like I couldn't get into it, couldn't tie like the plot together quick enough. Like I needed that with all the blood, and action. But the girl fight was what really put it gave even an old extra level
that
for me.
girl fight is just next level, dude. One of the best. See, this
Yeah,
movie was filled with incredible sequences. I showed it to my mom and her husband, and she was like, "Okay, I can't. This is too much for me." She was like, "I gotta go to bed." He loved it because it's not horror. He doesn't like horror, but yeah.
yeah. It's definitely not horror. It's not horror. Um, I don't even know. I mean, it's just action, but like bloody action, like hardcore, like not just like explosives, and car chases kind of action, cut your dick off kind of shit. So like it was good, but again, like I said, from 8 up, like it was hard. Like I think I even watched this probably like after like the champ, so it was definitely a step up. You know,
That's tough. When
I
you
mean, I did watch it a long time ago.
That's a tough night if you like, because obviously film is subjective. So if you don't like the champ and then you go and watch something like, yeah, it's a step up, but that's tough. And I was talking to Mizzy about that. Like sometimes I watch four in a row because I schedule so much. And dude, when you don't like two or three in a row, it's a rough night.
Yeah, they start kind of like blurring together,
Like,
or
damn, I need to,
you
you
know,
need to
and
take a break.
yeah, but these
I
are
need a
definitely,
pellet cleanser. Like,
yeah, they're not alike in any way, but but either way, again, just all action. That's all I can really recall. I mean, this was like 4 months ago now that I had watched it. It's definitely a movie I'd watch again. I would definitely watch it again if it comes out on physical media besides a mod or whatever. Then maybe I'll pick it up. But I don't think other than just going through somebody to make it for you that I could get this right now. So um,
this,
I did give it. What did I go
yeah, how many stars on this one?
on this one? I gave it a solid three. Solid 3 stars.
All right, so I was eight
Uh,
for
Closer to three and a
I
half,
was eight
but
for whatever. Then 8 for 10, not bad. That's not too bad.
yeah, at least yeah, this one was way almost closer to the 3.5 level, but three for sure. Uh, so just from the action alone and the girl fight alone, like I mean, I'd watch it again. So
Well, there's one person in particular. He better stay in the chat all night because one of his favorite movies is going to pop up tonight, and it's this guy right here. Um, I have there's a movie on here that he doesn't he's very high on it. So, The Night Comes for Us was one of the best action films I've ever seen. It's essentially the Raid 3 in the best ways. I love The Raid. The Raid is a great movie. Hey, hey, party people. It is also one of the best Netflix movie, which is not saying much, but still. Hey, Huckster, we got Huck. So what I'm gonna do because I can't figure out where to like. There's a folder spot, but I can't figure out. I'll mess with it another week. But Huckster, just a lot of people saying hi to Huck. We got Smirk in the chat. This mouse is so tiny on here.
what's up?
Hey, Smirk. I think that's why somebody said on your laptop it's not as good because there's no arrow, so I have to type like press the damn button. Can I use? Okay, at least I could use my keypad. That's good. Looks like I'll have to get to Netflix to check this one out. Johnny, definitely do that. Yeah, I'd get this on physical if it had one. Mizzy gave this like 4.5 stars, I think. He's like, yeah, it's good. They're trying. Dude, Mizzy loved this movie. He was like, holy shit. We watched. I watched this. I introduced Mizzy to well. This was a first time watch for both Mizzy and I, and then I introduced him to The Raid after this movie. So we watched double feature of them. Yeah, I'd get this on physical if it had one. There's the third recommendation. Oh dear God, please. So what I'm gonna do if we talk
Yeah.
spoilers, I told Tony he's in trouble for not saying hi in the chat tonight. And I said, you're not gonna say hi to Adam? How dare you? If we talk spoilers, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put Bully. That's literally right behind me. I have Bully. Okay, so what I'm gonna do for spoilers when we get to spoilers, I'm gonna keep like this because I got to figure it out. So just deal with me. But when I'm talking spoilers, I will have it sitting on the screen like that, which is perfect. So that's what I'll just leave it like that. And when we're done talking spoilers, I will take it off the screen. We need to get Bob a wireless mouse. So this thing is getting tinier.
Yeah, it's hard.
The chat. So
It's hard not to talk about spoilers either way with these movies,
yeah, no.
in some fashion, because it's like they're part of the movie. So it's like, yeah, do I like them? Yeah, this is why I like them. Other than, yeah, I like them.
It's, no, 4, 5, 5, 6. 6 of the 10 movies I introduced Mizzy to. So, but you know what? I always tell Mizzy, I'm like, hey, check it out. If you haven't seen any of these, like, I don't feel so bad introducing them because then he can actually enjoy the chat versus like having to mute us the whole time if he hasn't seen them. So it's not so bad. Like, and he usually enjoys them. I don't introduce him to the ones I don't think he'll enjoy. Like the champ's too boring for Mizzy. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for giving it to me then. So.
My bad. I guess I should have given it to somebody who would have appreciated it. I don't know. Hip Hop and
Right? Jeez, Bob.
trackball. The bully is a very good, Sydney. Yeah, it's a very good one. Okay, all right. So what do we got for number 7?
777. Let's see here. It's Semper
All right,
Fi.
but I'm just glad that you liked it because this one's really high up on my list. So we got Semper Fi right here. Um,
Yeah.
this is one of those movies that I recommended to you because of the brother bond, and I think you can appreciate that more than somebody like. I love this movie, but I can't relate to what it's like to have a brother outside of the people I view my brothers.
Right. Actually, that was the number one thing from my notes because I had to go back to notes a lot on these movies because it's been a moment. But the brother aspect, that's what I put. I love the brothers. It reminded of me and mine, like the way they were. I was the like the cop. I was the better brother. My other brother was more of the younger, not so good brother, I guess, growing up. So it kind of reminded me of how their dynamic was, with each other, my brother and I. So the strong message of just brotherhood, like it's definitely throughout the whole movie. That's what this movie is basically. It's just, what would you do for your brother kind of thing. Um, I will tell you, I wouldn't have done the same, for mine back then. I would have been like tough love kind of thing.
Mm.
So I wouldn't have gone.
Okay, well,
I
you
wouldn't
want
have
to put
gone as
spoilers
far.
up for this then?
Yeah, we can go a little further there from here. I love the movie though.
Okay, I'm gonna put spoilers up. I gotta write this every time, so. But yeah, here we go. Spoiler, spoiler, spoiler. So I'm gonna leave that up on the screen like that. It's perfect. I feel like, and so everybody will know we're talking spoilers now from here on out on Semper Fi, which I really highly recommend this movie.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, it tells a good story. Um, like pretty much from start to finish. Kind of teeters off for me. Kind of fell a little, not as strong ending as the beginning, I guess, or middle, just for me. But the brotherhood aspect was the main reason I like enjoyed the movie. Uh, Again, so going back to like I wouldn't have done the same thing. Like the good guy ends up kind of bending his morals or what he's would stand for to save or help his brother out. Um, I would have been like, dude, you put yourself there. You got yourself into this. You're gonna have to get yourself out, like figure it out, kind of thing.
Mm.
Because my brother did that. He used to put himself into all these situations, and then try to call on me to save the day or whatever, and use me or take advantage of me. Uh, Lately, I mean, that's a long time ago. So our relationship's like way better now. We've mended all that. But thinking about like when I was younger, no. If we were younger, I wouldn't have done the same.
Now your
I
brother,
don't.
you only have
You're
the one, right?
Yeah, like, but he's my full brother. I have like a half
Yeah.
brother somewhere. My
He's
dad
the
was
one
one of
with the
those
camera.
guys.
He's good with the camera and all that stuff. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, okay.
yeah. He turned his act around, his life around for the most part. He used to be just a troublemaker, so that's why it felt like. And I went through a stage where I was a troublemaker. I get it, but when I started being good, like the good boy, um, that's when I'm like, figure it out. Like, don't call on me for this stuff. Like I wouldn't even tell him where I live. Like I wouldn't even tell my brother where I lived at one point. So
Does Wendy get along
yeah,
with him?
but this brother
Do
did.
Wendy and him get along?
Oh, they talk all the time now. They totally get along. Uh, we have a good relationship now. He's like I said, he's changed. That's what I'm saying. Maybe now, like at our age, maybe I would go that extra mile. Like what he has to do. I can't remember his name, the cop here, but maybe I would go that extra mile for my brother to save his ass. From getting his ass pounded, literally, in prison. So, and I don't remember the part, but I put down it was like the worst apple pie ever. Like I can't remember what happened with this apple pie, but there's something in the movie with apple pie that I know was not good. So I can't remember what it was, but have to go back and rewatch this one as
I
well.
lost connection. It said.
And the fresh, are we still
I
connected?
yeah, I don't know if you could still so you could hear me now. I don't know how long I cut out. I guess you didn't even see it, but that's why I'm at the bottom and everything was moved around. It even said, "Oops, like lost connection," and then I didn't see you or hear you. I was like, "Oh gosh." Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, no, you stayed on mine. I mean,
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'll test it out for a month with Restream, so I paid for it. But if I'll have too many issues, I mean, I obviously I'll listen to like what Corey uses and other people use because I think a lot of people are getting away from StreamYard. So
yeah, the cost. Nobody wants to spend money on stuff that you shouldn't have to spend money on.
yeah,
But the movie was again just great. Fresh faces. That's the other thing I like. The fresh faces. It wasn't like same actors that I see in every damn movie. So I appreciated that. Appreciated the brotherhood. Appreciated the story. It just felt quick, which wasn't a bad thing, but it was just quick and over for me. Strong 3.5, like 3.5 stars on this one.
I love the
So
supporting cast too. This has got my boy in it. I can't draw a blank on his name here. Finn Whitrock is his name. Big fan. He's the one that he's like the first thing he has. Like, do I still have my penis? I can see Adam fucking first comment. Adam loses his legs. He's like, do I still have my dick?
right, grabbing for.
Is it still there?
That would suck too to lose it.
Yeah, no, for sure.
You don't want to lose that. Wife wouldn't want that either. But a good recommendation. Definitely a good pick on that one
Good, good. Okay,
with the Semper
let
Fi.
me take the spoilers off here. So we got oh shit, Semper Fi because I showed it to Mizzy and he was a big fan. Um, I just think Nikki would
Yeah.
really like that movie. Mizzy's full of shock, yeah, because he's seen that one, so he's like I said, he's luckily. Hey there, Mizzy, how you doing? Luckily, he's able to a good boy. I'm a good boy. I'm good, thanks. It was on a skip on Bob. Adam was fine the whole time. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I never had that issue with StreamYard. So I don't know. That sucks, but it's like my laptop doesn't feel like it's hot either. So that was just weird. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what I use. There's times I want to quit YouTube, but I'm not gonna lie because I don't have a passion. I don't have a passion to put out content anymore, but I still enjoy doing these. And so that's why I don't want to necessarily quit. But it also sucks to pay $19 just to get rid of a logo in the corner. So that's why I'm like, if I'm going to pay, I might as well do some game nights. It would make more sense, but we'll see. So that's number 7.
There it
What would
goes.
number 6 be?
One I don't have. The other streaming.
Oops.
Girl House.
Yo, Girl House. Here we go. This is. Did
Tubi.
Wendy watch this with you?
No.
I didn't think so.
Definitely not.
Definitely not. Right. Let's see here. Girl House. I thought this was an Adam movie. There's a lot of boobs in this and a lot of lingerie and a lot of women. So I was like, this is and it's fun. There's a lot of fun kills and it's just really fast paced. It's not boring. I was like, this seems like an Adam type movie.
Yeah, no, it is. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was still good for all of those reasons. But
I got a German
I
movie.
could get that
I got
in.
a German release of this, and when I watch it though, so it has English audio. I don't have to worry about that. But you know how this movie, a lot of it takes place on a webcam, or they're at least reading the comments, like right here, boobs. Holland Oates says it shows up
Right.
in German. It does not show up in English, so I couldn't read along, which sucked. My God, this is such an amazing film. That is for boobies for sure. Yeah, Mizzy, I showed this one too. Drama movie recommendations: an American true crime biography drama. So that's another recommendation right there. All right, so Girl House, let's talk. And once you want spoilers, just tell me, I'll put them up. But I mean, it's just a slasher movie. It's hard not to talk about who dies and whatnot. Girl House looks really wholesome.
Right. It it was it was definitely not family friendly. Just yeah, it's your voyeurism, type flick. You're just watching girls through the cam. Uh, the girls were okay. The characters just okay. Yes, and like you said, boobies. It has boobies, but I could watch that in so many movies. So it wasn't like yes, watching it for that. So I was hoping up for the what is it? The beginning, the bridge, and then like how it goes from there. It set me up for I guess more. I was expecting more, so I guess I got let down after the first 10 minutes of the movie a little bit, and then it picked back up. Uh, but again, it was just mainly voyeurism, just watching girls to a camera, and then like you said, slasher.
Ellie Corbin is the actress, Mizzy. That's the actress I was thinking of. So Ellie Corbin is the main actress in this, and
The lead, which is not
she
this
does
one.
not show any nudity in the movie. She shows plenty of skin, but no nudity at all. She's always covered in lingerie and whatnot. And she is in this Christian TV show. So I don't know if you recognize her, but she's the one in American Reunion that is Jim's. Like she was the like, bro. She's the one that's
The drunken,
yes. She's fully nude. So
yes, the
if you
babysitter
do
girl
want to
or
see the
whatever.
main actress in this that doesn't show anything weird in the movie
Ah,
for some reason, but she shows it all pretty much in American Reunion and a lot of it and
right.
quite frequently. She's in a Christian TV show on Amazon Prime that's called The Baxters, and I'm just like, it's very weird to see her do like Girl House and American Reunion and then this Christian TV show. I'm just like, it's very interesting because she's playing a massive, like a Christian church, everything, reading the Bible and fully clothed, no, nothing in that show. And then she's out showing her breasts in American Reunion. But a job is a job. And screw you, Johnny, saying I can't read.
Yeah, you know what? I do recall that when she was doing her scenes, it was just like the side
Yeah.
angle, like side boob angle, or like, but she wasn't fully like yes, like exposed, which I didn't care.
No, and honestly, Ellie
I
Corbin
just
is
wanted to.
beautiful. She didn't need to show anything for you to get the gist of what you need to see. Like she was already good. You
Yeah, and
didn't need to see.
I love the side. I love side
Yeah, and I
angles.
like
Anyways, I
lingerie,
love
so give
angles.
me
Yeah.
all that stuff, and I'm good. Yeah, I'm happy. This has turned into a very sexual stream. Look, there's really only one woman that watches the channel live, and it's Nikki. Number two, Ellie watches on replay. So I apologize to Ellie and I apologize to Nikki. I don't think there's any other women. Like my demographic is not females. So Nikki and
Right.
Ellie, that's my demographic for the female side of things. So and Nikki's probably like, yeah, I'm just not gonna comment. Screw like I don't need to talk about this.
It and it wasn't like overly sexual.
No,
This
it's
movie. It maybe had like what one sex scene, and then the rest was just some girls dancing or doing their laundry on because it was one of those house cam things. It's supposed to be like you could watch from the chat room. You could log
It's
in or
almost like
whatever, watch
OnlyFans
wherever they're
before
in the
OnlyFans. It's
house.
like OnlyFans, but for a house.
Yeah, like yeah,
Yeah.
watching girls, I guess, on cameras. So the killer though,
Spoilers.
I liked.
I take
What was it? I
offense
don't
to
remember.
that.
Yeah, the killer dude.
He wants to be a third girl in the chat. He's saying, I think.
Like the biller, I can't remember his name, like Babyface or whatever he was going for, the killer.
Yeah.
I, it felt like it was two different people. So that big dude that was watching him behind the scenes, like at home in the basement, and then when the actual killer showed up, they didn't even correlate. Like they didn't even look like the same character. The guy moved like he was 75 pounds less. Um, it just felt like a different person to me once the killing began, and it was just quick. It was just kill, 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 done. Uh, and the way they shot it, I don't mind these really good-looking movies. The movie looks really good, but I guess my old eyes like old grainy 80s slasher versus like the high definition best camera. Like it just looked too pretty too for me. Like I wanted an old filter versus the new filter.
The chat.
Like I don't know why. You going off of
It's
the chat?
Johnny, Nikki, and Victor. I'm sorry. Like I gotta find a way to not because I'm paying attention to the chat. I gotta read this to you. Hold on.
Oh,
Hold
okay.
on. So Nikki says porn is fine, Bob. And Wendy laughed. And then Johnny said, see, Nikki says fuck flicks are okay. And then Victor said it's like if Danger Tainment got revived by Pornhub. Entertainment. I just watched Halloween Resurrection. Oh gosh, I need that, Victor. You need to write a movie like this and get the directors and see if you can, do a spin-off of Resurrection and Halloween Resurrection and Girl House. Yeah.
Right.
Oh man. Okay, it's funny.
It might have been a little better. I like Resurrection better than Girl House, I
I
guess.
like Resurrection. I don't hate
To be honest.
Resurrection the way others do. So I gave it 3, and I feel like that's a 3.5 for me. Resurrection. So
Yeah, Girl House was another 3.5 for just solid, good. I just the killer. Just again, that's the only thing that set me off a little bit, turned me off a little bit. Was felt like two different people. Um, two different actors, I guess, which it obviously was probably, but I don't know. I just wanted them to tie it together better. Uh,
also,
but
I'm gonna
that
go on a
beginning,
little. I gotta go on a little side tangent. I'm sorry here, but
yeah,
Victor is in the chat, and he's not on Instagram a whole lot. But I was gonna message you, Victor. I saw. So I went on. I watched When Harry Met Sally recently to get back on a more pure topic. And I don't know. Have you ever seen When Harry Met Sally?
like a long time ago when I was a kid, but it's not.
Oh,
I was barely,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
paying
Well, Victor
attention.
gave it 5 stars. Ashley gave it 5 stars. There's a lot of fives, and I gave it 5 stars. I thought it was excellent. Seriously, it was just incredible. And I was like, damn, Victor and I do have the same fucking taste, bro. Like this guy gave When Harry Met Sally 5 stars. I was like, dude, I was like, we need to talk about that movie. But yeah, it was so good, man. When Harry Met Sally's awesome. I was like, Nikki,
Yeah,
have you seen
Billy
this? I so I
Billy
re-
Crystal's good. So
so I messaged Nikki and I said, "Have you seen When Harry Met Sally?" And she responded with, "I'll have what she's having," which is a really funny scene in the movie. And I just erupted into laughter. I was like, "That's great. That's perfect." Because I think I got multiple messages like that. First thing I would do is if I wrote it was that Busta Rhymes would have to come back. Start the Dangertainment Studio, Brian. That's All right, movie recommendation. It's going to be The Horseman, 2008 action crime thriller directed by Stephen Castreses, Brad McMurray, Peter Marshall. Sydney's rating 3.5 out of 5. Let's see here. Yes, I love that movie. Come back, and there we go with the boobs. Yeah, I just saw he gave Blade Trinity a half a star on Letterboxd. That's a shame. I like Blade Trinity. Bob is about to introduce his new production company, Strokes. An all-nighter isn't the only thing you're gonna pull. Wow, Victor on Letterboxd. Oh my gosh, yes, I am on Letterboxd. Yeah. Oh, that's hilarious. Holy shit! I should have known you're gonna go off the rails tonight. I think that's the only booby movie that's like left. There's no booby movies left at all. There's a really heavy topic still that hasn't come up yet.
right, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm
There's no
glad.
more.
I hope you follow this up with the family one that I gave you. By the way, did you watch it with your family?
Are you talking? Well, I don't want to
No.
mention that one yet.
Yeah, yeah. Don't mention it now, but when you get to it, you got to let me know because I know I told you you have to watch it with the whole family, and I don't know if you did that or not. But
I I doubt it. I couldn't get them all in the same room to watch this movie for the one you're talking about. But
yeah, not Girl House, guys. I did not tell him to watch
yeah, it
that with
wasn't Girl House.
9-year-old son and 14-year-old daughter. 14, right? 14, 15 now.
16.
What? You can't. The twins are 16?
Yeah, 16.
Bro,
Old,
how did I like?
getting old.
Bro, it was yesterday they were 14.
Right? Yeah, it's been a couple years already.
It was like
You're gonna
yesterday they were
you're gonna
14.
grow. You're gonna see them when they turn 18, moving on, going out. Gonna go
Holy
stay with
cow,
you when they go to
Wendy.
college.
You got to slow down time over there, Wendy. What the hell? And how old is freaking Brian then? He's not, he's 11? 10.
10. Yeah, 10.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know
He
we are
acts like
old.
he's 18 though.
Yeah, Wendy says we are old. Yeah, dude, I thought they were 14. Shit. I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah, time's flying by. All right. So number five. What would number five be?
5, 5. That would be the raid.
Okay, right
Number
here.
one.
So little fun, little fun. The raid, what's known as the raid redemption. Um, I don't know what the proper name is. It Raid or Raid Redemption? Did you watch the sequel at all yet or no?
Actually, I was watching part two before the stream.
Oh, okay. Yeah, part two's got a
Yeah.
really wicked baseball scene, dude. Wait until the ending of that movie. They actually, the girl that I find to be incredibly attractive in the Night Comes for Us, she's the one that's like silent that uses, I think it's the baseball bat in Raid Redemption 2, Raid 2. Yeah. So, oh, we
I
got
think
Eli. And Eli, I
I
was
can't
gonna
remember what
tell
scene I
you.
got to.
I don't know. Hold on. I think I had something I gotta check. But go ahead. Start talking about the raid. 'Cause I know Eli
Uh,
was the one who mentioned that he was looking for some Vestron titles, and there is somebody that is selling a bunch of them on eBay, and I don't know if it ended, but I'm gonna check. Go ahead.
get those with the slips.
Yeah, there's somebody that's selling them. He's a really cool seller, very trustworthy. He's got like all auctions up. I mean, they're expensive, but if you're interested, I could give you the seller's name. He's a super
Those
cool guy.
Vestrons.
Yeah, he's got a bunch of Vestrons up.
Well,
Oh, no,
good luck
they,
on those.
they might be gone.
The ra-
They might have already be gone. Sorry, buddy. All right. Anyways, go ahead.
Well, yeah, I mean the raid again, another action flick. Um, but this one, unlike what was it the Night Comes for Us, I like this one better, I guess, because it was like English dubbed for the most part. It's English. It looks English dubbed, but I don't know. So I could understand it a little easier. It was easier to stay focused on it a little bit more. Um,
Oh, I
but
hate
the
the dub.
action, yeah, like I love that actually. To be honest, I just because I didn't have to read, I could
Oh,
just
okay.
listen and watch.
It.
I didn't care how. I don't care when the mouth no matchup. I don't
Oh,
care.
I. It takes me. You know who Eco is? Eco is also in the night that comes for us. And Prince said Eco fucking. He's the main actor in this, and bro, I will watch anything with Eco. He is incredible. He is one of the fucking best as far as action goes. He's the main actor in this movie. He's just such a badass, bro.
Yeah, and was it guns as well? Like
Yeah.
action guns. I mean, it had everything like that I wanted at the moment in that moment in time. It like was the right movie for me too. The I don't think there was anything bad. I can't even think
It's
of anything I
really
didn't like.
fast paced. Like it's not slow. It starts so fast.
Yeah, it like just jumps into it, and it has the brother aspect too. You know,
Yeah.
the bad brother from the good brother kind of thing, but perfect for action night. If you're looking for that fast pace, fighting, great kills, all that kind of stuff. Uh, love the raid. Yeah, love the
And
raid.
this is the big chunky box from Umbrella that they put out. It comes in a purple set. Have you ever seen that one yet, Adam?
Probably. I've seen a couple editions. I think that it, again, this was one of those dollar swap meet Blu-rays that I picked up.
All right, so
So
here's the set. This is gonna be the set that the raid comes with. So, and you're gonna get it's a big chunky box.
the umbrella.
Yeah, Umbrella. So this
Yeah.
is everything that's gonna come with it. I could put myself full screen if I could figure out how to do that. Yeah, there you go. That's
Yeah, it's
everything.
nice. It's
Yeah, it's
pretty.
beauty. She's purty. Sure is purty, as my dad would say. Sure is
But
purty.
this dollar edition worked just fine for me.
Yeah, no,
Like,
for sure. I mean, yeah, it's better than a $70 set, right?
uh, I mean, I like, yeah, exactly. I mean, I like the movie. I love it. But another example, as long as I just have the movie, because the movie's the most important for me. I love packaging. I love art work. Honestly, I just got something that was beautiful, just the artwork alone, and I could hate the movies. But The Raid, I would watch again. I'm actually with
Triple
like
touchscreen.
only 30 minutes into part two, but I know that I liked part one so far better. I don't know if there's really any like spoilers though for me to
I like
like.
the first better too, but I do like the second as well. But the first is
Yeah,
better.
I
Second's
think yeah,
awesome.
that's
Wait until the ending, dude. You wait until, dude. You got to message me after you get to the ending. The
to the
the
part
scene in
two of
the
that one.
kitchen. The scene in the kitchen. You're just gonna be like, dude. It's gonna make you have a semi chub watching it.
The
You're just
choreo,
gonna be
yeah,
like,
the how they choreographed the fight, like the fighting. It's just, I love Jackie Chan movies, so
mhm,
anything with like good like that's my as far as it go into like karate or martial arts. Um, so stuff like this I appreciate more because it's you can tell it's a little bit more serious. It's not like the comedy approach, to fighting. This should like you'll die if you're fighting in this movie. If you're fighting one of these dudes. Uh,
mhm.
so yeah, I what did I even give the raid? I can't remember what I gave this one. I think it was a 3.5 as well. Yeah,
Fucking
three
three
and a
and a
half
half.
as well.
You son of a.
Close to four though. Like it was right there. I mean,
All
maybe
right,
another watch again. So, but
all right. Well, there's two that haven't been mentioned yet that I have as your one and two. So, um, not
oh,
surprised.
okay.
The Scorpion releasing one is kind of shocking that hasn't come up yet. But to each his own. I mean, I didn't get a chance to
That's
rewatch it.
that's that '80s for you. That's that old school '80s stuff
Look,
that I just can't get
I
off
like the
of. And
Scorpion title that I'm a big fan of that one. So I mean I had a lot of fun with it, but I didn't even get to rewatch it. And the last time I watched that was when I moved into my apartment. I put it on because I like a lot of Scorpion titles. Scorpion has good stuff. Let me catch up with the chat here. We got
yeah,
Steve
yeah.
in the chat saying, "Hey, how's it going out on everybody?" I just have to use them because that it's too small. I don't have a drop down arrow, which is a nightmare. So I got to use the keyboard, which is fine because then I don't have to do a whole lot. The raid is great, even the CC version, which is closed caption version, I assume. Um, Movie recommendations is blue in the warmest color. Drama, sex, romance, LGBT. I don't Kichi. I don't know what
Okay.
the fuck that. How to
Mhm.
pronounce that. Steve. Yes. Gotta wait for my brain set to it. Yeah, it's coming with Sasquatch and it's coming here. So hopefully, yeah. Don't worry, I got a box. I cannot wait to get that Sasquatch set in because it's furry. I'm so excited to get that. I'm gonna use it as a pillow. The Rated 2 is a better movie, but I rewatched the first one more. All right. I got a new Twister's
Okay.
4K Steelbook today. Nice, very nice. I know there were some issues, some people weren't getting it in. Uh, I'm not a fan of Walmart. Adam, did you move into a new place? He did in Arizona. I'm
Mhm.
spoiling it. Here's his address. I'll give it to you. It's 96.
Mhm. This is where I'm at.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yes, he's got a beautiful home. Friggin' beautiful, man. I remember I was just like, all right, I'm coming to live with you. I love how
We're
you
waiting.
got your movie room now. That's awesome. I love
Yeah, it's long time
I
coming.
get this, Wendy. Like it's my time. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's go to number four then.
Or yeah, four. Uh, I we'll just start off with 4 stars. So you're finally hitting the 4 star tier at number four. So
What is it?
and what
I
it
can't
was is the
I
what
can't see because I got Oh, you do
Wonder.
have Wonder already. Okay, so it's this one. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I gotta see it because I'm not. I gotta move the screen here. There we go. I could actually see. So yes, you are fired because you were supposed to watch this with Ryan, Aiden, and Kaylee and Wendy, and so you are fired because that was
Yes, I know.
required viewing. I had one exception on this entire list, and it was to watch this as a family. And then
I
Kaylee started to spoil it for you. I remember you were telling me. I was like, tell Kaylee not to spoil it.
yeah, she's
Yeah,
seen it.
she's
Yeah,
seen it.
Kaylee has, and the again, this would be one I would watch with everyone. I don't know if my boys would care as much, but my wife would like it. Kaylee would like it, but for me, it's not what you would expect, right? Like for me to watch or like this kind of a movie.
I'm so glad
It's
that
not your
you gave me
exploitation.
fried green tomatoes and I was able to give you Wonder. So for two people that are like, oh, there's
Yeah.
probably raunchy comedies and all boobs on their list, it's like, you know what? No, we had fried green tomatoes and Wonder. So let's keep it rolling with the next.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's a good stuff, man. It's a good list. Um,
Yeah, it's that family, you know, flick, and it's what did I what was that kid's name? Was it Tremblay?
yeah,
Tremblay or
Jacob
whatever? I can't
Tremblay.
remember, but yeah, uh, Augie. I think he played August. Yeah,
Okay,
in the
yeah.
movie. So, yep. I mean, it's just heartwarming. The whole movie from start to finish, just warmed my heart. Honestly, I might even have almost teared up a little bit at times, because I have this thing for kids. I have three kids, obviously. I was going to be a preschool teacher before I turned into this job that I have now, but I was going to school for like to teach little kids and work with them. I would have totally worked with, any type of special education if I had to, or what's, he was that picked on kid. He had those issues, but other than just the physical limitations, he had none other. Like this kid was awesome. So they just pulled on the heartstrings to watch it, it was like triumphant, like for me, like how he persevered throughout the movie and what he went through and how he got around this stuff that he had to go through and just loved it. Like was Owen Wilson, Julia Roberts, mom and dad were great. Jack, the other kid in the movie, his best friend, would have loved a kid like that to be my friend if I was Augie. So yeah, I enjoyed this one.
That's you and I, man. I'm
No
I'm Augie
boobies.
and you're Jack.
Yeah. Right?
No, yeah, this is
So
PG. There's definitely no boobs in this. And that's the thing is, dude, people love to give shit or pigeonhole you, pigeon whatever into
yeah.
one genre or something. And it's like for one, please, like for one, people, and I'm not saying this movie, but people knock certain movies that you like or give high star ratings or me or whatever. I'm just talking about in general. And it's like, for one, you haven't seen it. At least watch it, and then I'll give you the right to like bash it. That's fine. And if you don't want to see it because you think it looks that stupid, then it's like you can't really bash it because you haven't seen it. So but I get that sometimes. I'm just like, man, like I don't know, I like it. Please don't hate on me, like, and don't pigeonhole me into one genre. Like I watch pretty much everything except for anime. It's just like anime is just out of my wheelhouse. That'll never happen.
Yeah, I love all of it. Animation, Disney. I was
You said
even
anime,
telling my Ryan.
animation, anime.
Oh, I'm sorry, animation. Anime, I don't
Yeah,
know. You're
I
right.
can do
I'll watch it for my
animation,
daughter.
and
That's like way down
yeah,
the yeah. But I mean, from anime to animation to dramas to
yeah.
westerns, uh, like I'm not just raunchy com, hardcore horror, gore,
Or
exploitation.
Johnny
They're
calls
my
them. Johnny
favorites.
also likes fuck flicks, as he calls them.
Yeah, those are my favorites. Don't get me wrong. I love that stuff first, but I still enjoy Wonder. Um, yeah,
So Wendy doesn't give
believe
a
me.
shit though
Uh,
that you watch. Like if you have, cheerleaders, like
well, I wouldn't say give a shit. She always gives me shit. She's like, oh, boobs again. Like I'm the because I shit you not, every time she picks the scene, she'll somehow come into the room when
like
there's the shower
yeah,
scene or the bedrooms,
of
and
course,
she thinks that's the whole
yeah.
movie. And it's
Now
not the
you
whole
walked
movie.
in
It's
at
just
the one scene, Wendy, and there's just so
every
happens to
time.
be Bush in a locker room where they're all showering, but that's the one scene in private
Right.
school you walked into. You got to watch the other stuff in private school, not the shower scene where he's in the sauna watching them. Like you got to look at the
Yeah.
other stuff.
and she just has the timing
Yeah, my
for it.
mom,
She
I
just
watched
knows to
Leprechaun 3
like.
when I was a kid. She walked in and there was a stripper coming out of a TV. And she's like, Bob! She yells at my dad, and my dad's like, it's one scene in the whole movie. Like, you just so happened to walk in at that scene. And he's like, he's 10. He's seen
Right.
boobs before. It's not a big deal. And my mom's like, yes, it is. He's too young to watch this stuff. And he's like, I already showed him American Pie. She's like, you did what?
Right. What?
So, yeah.
That's why my baked goods are all messed up.
So, will you,
So.
at what age will you introduce Ryan to Porky's? Is he too young right now?
Oh, no, like that kid found his own softcore, like lesbian Netflix porn. Uh, and I thought it was the older kid. I always thought it was the older kid, and I'm like, I'm not watching that on my account because Netflix they'll leave up partially watched
Uh-huh.
movies, and I'm like, why do I have 10 like of those? I'm like, when did I watch that? Fall asleep one night, and no, it was my little kid, so he knows. He already told me. Uh, he already knows all about it and how to do it. And I'm like, you're
Like, I don't
10. You
need
don't
the
know
birds of the
nothing.
bees talk, Dad. I'll give you the birds of the
Yeah,
bees talk. He's like, here, I'll tell you what you need to know. Oh my gosh. He's like, yeah, it's
that's
different
what he
nowadays.
said. He's like, I don't need sex ed next year. I already know everything. And I'm like, you're in fifth grade, dude. And these kids nowadays with their phones are calling each other like, I like you, I don't like you, you're ugly. They're still doing that, but they're way more
I,
advanced.
I didn't know what
So
a blowjob was until like, dude, I still there's a short story. I was like eighth grade or freshman year, and it was probably like eighth grade, and I got made fun of, so I came home and I was at the dinner table. I didn't know, right? So I was like, Mom, Dad, what's a blowjob? And my mom's like, excuse me? Like, what? Bob,
yeah,
you take this one.
excuse me.
Yeah. So
Yeah, yeah. He doesn't ask those questions because he seems like acts like he knows, but uh, when it comes back to time, like when he's ready, he's gonna be the one I have to worry about though. Uh, he seems like one of those advanced kids, just like that Augie, in that Wonder movie. He like way more advanced, for a little kid, way smarter. All these kids are so smart now. Like they're just super smart. They're on to us.
yeah, Ryan seems like he's gonna be a player.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's not
Oh yeah.
gonna want to settle down. He's gonna have girls, and he's gonna be like, yeah, like get in line.
Yeah. He's already told, yeah, the last girl that sent him gave him the
Yeah,
number, the old thing like, oh, call me. He already said I don't like you or whatever,
when
or
you
ranked
told me
her.
that.
I think he ranked her. Yeah,
Oh
something
my
like. I was
god.
like, what? Like, don't do that. You got to be nice. He doesn't even know how to play the game right because see, the minute he tells that girl that, he's mean to her, she's gonna
Oh, her
tell other
friends, right?
girls. Yeah, like he doesn't. Oh, yeah. Ryan, the young Padawan, he needs to learn. I have a lot to teach that kid because I learned quick, man. Girls talk,
Oh
and
yeah.
yeah, you don't.
Oh
Yeah, you got to be nice to them
no.
all. You just got to be nice. That's all. You don't got to be mean to them. So I'm hoping he's gonna figure that out soon. He thinks he's already like the
I
shit.
remember on
He's a little
Instagram, I
player.
think
No.
somebody had posted, they're like, you do realize like we all us women like talk. It's just not me.
Yeah,
It was like, so they were like, to you men out there, like you do realize we talk with each other, right? So it's
yeah. The real talk too. They tell us what we need to
yeah,
hear, and then they're telling their friends the real stuff. Yeah. So I get that. I've been married long enough to understand, and I was you know, well, I I learned a lot when I was a kid. So,
so Wonder is four
uh,
stars. Okay. Yeah, he's
yeah, 4 stars for Wonder.
so 10 years old.
Not a lot of
10 years
spoilers.
old though. And he's 50. So yeah, he's like Augie's age, but damn. But Ryan, he's not. He fits right in, doesn't he? Probably. He's got loads of friends and all that.
Yeah, so different from Wonder. My kid fits in like he would be one of the kids picking on
Ryan would
Augie.
be like that, you
Unfortunately,
think?
yeah, I think so. And I have to explain to him, it's not. don't do that. But I don't think he would do it like maliciously, maybe as a group
Yeah,
thing. I don't think he would pick them out. He's not like a bully
he
or
wouldn't be
anything
the
like that.
leader of
So he's
the
not.
yeah picking on.
Yeah, I could just see him getting caught up with the group though, and wanting to be cool because he's very into his image. But my other two kids, I could see them going through a little bit more something like like this, not the not fitting in kind of thing, and fish out of watery kind of, but being like my daughter's so brilliant, like this kid Augie's so brilliant, so I could see some ties, I
Kaylee,
guess, a little bit as I watch this
Kaylee's
movie.
my favorite. I think I've told you that before. Because
Yeah,
she's nice and she's the one who made a video that one time. So Kaylee's awesome.
she's going places for sure.
Smart, yeah.
Uh, Same as a boy, all of my kids can be whatever they want to be. They just got to
Yeah.
try. They just got to apply themselves, right? Like anybody, you can do anything as long as you try. That's where it starts. You got to try. The minute you stop trying or don't try, it's not gonna happen.
When I messaged you
Just
one
like
day
my
though, and I
work. So
texted you and I was like, it was based off of what you were saying, and I was like, so Ryan's your favorite. I was like, Kaylee's Wendy's favorite. That I was like, I don't know where Aiden fits. You were like, no, they're all Wendy's favorites because you said they all
yeah,
go to Wendy with like for most things, unless they need something, they go to you, right?
yeah. Pretty much, yeah. It's like, Dad, I need batteries, or Dad, we're out of this food, or Dad, I need to go somewhere. It used to be different. I think when we were like when they were little
Yeah.
kids. I think Wendy always thought they liked me more and gravitated me more, but now I could tell it's Mama. You know, the two boys definitely are the Mama's
Mama's boys.
boys, and then
That's
Kaylee, I guess, but she still loves Mom too, but she kind of treats us at least
okay.
equal.
Yeah. See, like I said, Kaylee's
Yeah.
my favorite.
But
She's equal opportunist for both parents.
and with having the three kids and the crazy dynamic that I have with all three, like each one are all separately, they're all act different with me,
Hmm.
and that's why with movies with parents and kids and watching how they do it on the big screen, usually it's not real life. Um, but I've saw a lot of in this movie, a lot of real life stuff that could really happen, I guess, and that's why I enjoyed it.
I see.
So
For me, my relationship with my dad was so different because he had two daughters before me. So I think when they had me, it was like, hey, I finally got my movie buddy. Now I could watch Scream with. I could finally watch these movies with somebody. And I think that's why my dad introduced me so young. Is he wanted somebody to watch these movies with? Probably like he loved movies. He was probably like, I
yeah,
finally got my buddy. I'll not like Anaconda always hits close to home for me because I was 5 years old. I saw it in theaters with my dad. I'll never forget it. It was like probably the first like adult movie that wasn't a kids movie like Lion King that I saw in theaters, and then Blade and just like throwing the football around. So when you were out playing catch with your son, I thought that was so cool because it reminded me of like me and my dad.
yeah, and that's why I'm hoping to have more now that we've moved. You'll have more of those opportunities to do that stuff.
I'll play
Um,
catch with you when I
if
come out there. Don't worry, we'll play catch.
That'd
But
be
I can only
awesome.
throw
We'll
for
play
like
three way.
5 minutes.
Right?
I got like my shoulder, my rotator cuff acts up. I'm like 5 minutes is good, and then I gotta like ice it.
Oh yeah, I act like I'm 25 when I go
Yeah,
out with
yeah.
them, but the next day I feel that
Active dude.
45. Like
I was throwing the
I'm like,
baseball around, not far
yeah,
at all. Just seriously, just playing catch with. This was 4 years ago. My ex's brother, and we were just enjoying playing catch. And it was like 6 minutes, and we were both just like, "I think we're done." I was like,
yeah, I'm
I was
good.
like, "Oh man," I was like, "This is really hurting my shoulder." I was like, "Holy cow!" I used to be just like wind up and go out there. You don't have to warm up. Now I'm like, "Give me 5 minutes. Like, let me get loose."
Right, stretch. Right. Yeah, even my oldest kid, Aiden, now says, "Freaking, I throw too hard for you. You can't play catch with me." He acts like he'd throw a 90 or something. Um, but yeah, it's not the same body. So, but it's still fun to get out there and do that stuff, and
Definitely.
then watch. I got to watch a lot of horror movies with the little guy young, probably too young. So now he's watching the Disney movies with mom, which I don't mind as long as he's watching movies. That's all that matters.
He's
Watching
not
movies.
scared though. He play.
I'm
You
happy.
said he plays a pretty tough. Like, oh yeah, Terrifier. I love that. And then he would have been like, yo, this is too much if he went to go see it. But so he acts.
He went. Yeah, he went and found the clips on YouTube. You know how everything's on the
Yeah,
damn
yeah, yeah.
tube, like us. Uh, he went and found Terrifier 2 and 3, where they did like clips of it and talked about it. And he came talking about it. He's like, yeah, I just watched Terrifier 2. Okay. It's like, you could tell it's like, why do they make this kind of movie? Like,
Yeah, he's scarred.
but he says he didn't mind it, but it's not his cup of tea, I don't think.
Okay.
Unlike the next
What
movie.
the hell is
So
this? I'm gonna catch up with the chat. I don't know what just happened. Hold on. Look, I gotta get out.
small
Hold
pig.
on. There we go. Okay. I don't know. Anyways, no, I don't want to be
It's
all
one of them.
big. Like, take me down. Damn it. Anyway, we gotta figure this out. Hold on. There we go. All right. Let's catch up with
There
the
you go.
chat. A beautiful room just for fish. Wonder. Okay, let's get that keyboard going down. Never seen Wonder. Oh, Mizzy, I'm surprised you haven't seen that. You would like that. I do love a lighthearted watch, Prince says. I'll not stand for any Julia Roberts slander, Bob. I didn't say anything bad about Julia Roberts. I
Right.
like Julia Roberts a lot. Johnny, have you ever seen Closer? She's really good.
Yeah.
I have no issues with Julia Roberts ever. And I need to rewatch Stepmom. It's been like 78 years. Um,
Ooh,
I have
that's
Wonder
good.
on 4K. I bought it because when my oldest was younger, it was his favorite movie. I need to watch it still. Oh, you haven't seen it though. Aiden says he saw it and he actually liked it. For Wonder, I assume we're talking about.
Oh, nice.
Okay,
See, my kids have
so
seen
you
it.
were surprised that Aiden liked it. Okay, exactly, Johnny. Victor says, Johnny, I saw Sleeping with the Enemy this past week, so if Bob slanders her in it, I'm with you. Look, I didn't like Sleeping with the Enemy though. That's the one I did. I think that's the one I didn't like. No Son, the World is ugly. I absolutely agree. There's a couple scenes in that movie that, like, man, hit really hard. The scene where he's talking to his son are like good stuff, man. Sleeping with the Enemy is very. I wish
Right.
I rewatched some of these, but I just there's too much to rewatch. Julia will always be America's sweetheart, motherfucker. that talking gargoyle, Reese Witherspoon. Great movie. Wendy says talking gargoyle and laughing. I don't know if Wendy knows Johnny all that well, but yeah, this is Johnny's humor. I mean, she's probably seen him in a lot
I'll
of streams
explain.
before, but I once went into special education myself. I'm so lucky to be a gifted kid. I knew I have so much potential to be great in this world. Fuck the toxic people, man. I love being myself. Thanks to Wonder. Hell yeah, and I'm glad you like Wonder hit for you. I'm glad that worked. I was in
Oh yeah,
I took
Prince.
special ed classes. I when I was younger, I like was alluded more time on tests and stuff like that. And then when I got to high school, yeah, I wasn't in that class, but I was not the smartest kid. Dude, that was something for me. Like I've always been because I got bullied because I was so small. I'm always the type like, dude, I don't stand for like I try to look out for the little guy, so to speak, because I was the little guy, literally and physically, and I'm not for like the picking on the ones who can't really defend themselves, especially for somebody who is in special ed classes. Like that's dude, that's no, that's like lowbrow. Don't do that. Like it's like trolls talking about your family on
Yeah.
YouTube. Like there's just some things you just don't do, and I'm not for that. Like you want to call names, you want to do your thing, but dude, special ed, like making fun of that stuff, like it's not funny. Don't do it. Like I don't stand for that.
Right. Yeah, and that's where, and I know my kids wouldn't do anything like that. That's why I appreciate the way they are now, being nice to everyone and not being those bullies, for like for the most part. And that's why I'm hoping I teach Ryan that being like the cool kid isn't all that it's cracked up to be sometimes. Because I did start as a bully as a kid. I started that way until I got a little older and realized what I was doing was wrong. That's when I changed. I even went up and apologized to kids that I bullied, and tried to make amends and all that, before high school was over. So you you just gotta make the right choices, and it's very easy to make the wrong one. And this movie kind of exemplifies, like making like the wrong choice, what it can do, making the right choice, what it can do for a kid.
If you haven't seen
we just
Wonder,
can't.
like a Fish, I think you said so. Fish said you watch depressing ass stuff, Bob. Thank you for the tears, which is true. My family tells me that all the time. If you
Yeah.
haven't seen Wonder yet, like definitely check it out, Fish, and I think you guys will like it. I call bullshit. I'm assuming she's calling bullshit on the fact that Wendy's their favorite.
What they are, or I would think so.
That
I mean,
might
she
not be
is
that
their
might not be
favorite.
what she's calling bullshit on, though. I could be wrong. You tell me. You know your wife.
I don't know. I
I
don't.
mean, obviously,
She'll probably tell
I'm
me
later on
later.
the chat. I'm late to the chat, but like I'll catch up and maybe she'll be like, "Yep, that's what I'm talking about." There's more to it. Fish says, "Wonder is a living proof
Oh,
people with disabilities like myself belong here." And I've had like when I started streaming, Prince reached out to me on Instagram, said, "I feel like I appreciate you making me feel welcome." Like, and I was like, "No, I don't. I want people to feel welcome. Obviously, we have." Issues in the word community. People really don't like it. I put it in quotes now. Like I'm not going to get into all that right now. The community aspect of things with Bluetooth community, whatever. But I just want to make people feel welcome. I know some people probably hate me. They probably don't feel like I do. Whatever it is, what it is. I don't get along with everybody. But ultimately, at the end of the day, I want to make people feel welcome. I want people to feel like they could get along and I don't try to rub people the wrong way. I'm very honest. And so because of that, I could rub people the wrong way. I've literally had people message me and be like, dude, sometimes you're too blunt. And I'm just like, like a little white lie wouldn't hurt. Like I talked about, somebody sent me a video one day and I was like, I'm not going to watch that. I ain't got time. And they were like, dude, like,
that's the way
they
to
were
do it.
like, maybe you didn't have to say I'm not gonna watch it. Like, and I was like, well, I don't know what else to say. But I appreciate that person. We get along. But I was just like, hey, this is who I am. You know what I mean? I'm just like, hey, I ain't gonna watch your video. Sorry. I tell you that.
That's why we get
Yeah,
along.
like,
So that's why we
and I
get along
appreciate you
because we're
never
both the
taking it
same
personally.
blunt.
You don't take it
Yeah.
personally. That's the one thing about Adam. He's never ever taken anything I said as like a personal like jab at you. You know what I mean? Like even when I'm venting to you or something, or I'm like, dude, I don't have time to listen to your voice messages right now. It's like I'll get back to you when I get back to you. You could have been like, bro, calm down, like relax. And I was like, but no, you were like, okay, cool, no problem. Like whatever. Listen
Right.
to him when you want.
I get
Yeah.
it.
So
Right. Yeah. Like I get busy too. Like that's the thing. We can be like blunt with each other and cut out all that fluff and like read between the lines. Like I'd rather just be like, this is what's on my mind. This is what I feel. This is what I'm gonna say.
mhm.
Like it, love it, don't. I don't care. Like it's your whatever. Uh, although it's funny though because I like to give it like that, but sometimes when they don't respect my opinion or
Right.
respect
Take it
what I'm
personally
saying,
or get offended
you
or
know,
something.
yeah, I'll get a little bit out of
Yeah.
shape. But I move on really quick with stuff. I don't hold a lot of grudges. Yeah, and I try to just keep it light.
Speaking of
Don't sweat the small
Right. And
shit.
speaking of like
So,
not getting offended or just realizing when you're in the wrong or like, hey, it's not a big deal. When I was watching When Harry Met Sally, one of my favorite parts in that movie is when he's like, okay, can I speak? He's like, I'm going to say something now if that's okay. And she's like, yeah, that's fine. And he just goes, I'm sorry. And then they hug. And it's like, I could learn that myself sometimes is that, you know what? Like, I just sometimes need to be like, I'm sorry, and what? And it wasn't like any of them
yeah.
were in the wrong. They were just kind of getting heated with each other in this scene. Neither one of them really upset each other, but he chose to be like, "Can I say something?" And he was just like, "I'm sorry." And she was like, "I am too." And they hug, and I was like, "Damn!" Like that was one of my favorite scenes in that movie because I think that's a lesson that we can all learn is like to realize like I'm sorry. And the thing is, don't get me wrong, there's relationships I have with people where I'm like, hey, I've had issues. Like, look, Fish, my baked goods, I don't know what that means, but he's on the screen, Fish, for example. I've had my issues with Fish, right? My relationship with him hasn't always been
Yeah.
smooth and perfect. Okay. There's been issues in the past. But Fish, at the end of the day, I always realized like, and I think Fish feels the same way as that no matter how many issues Fish and I had, we we would go the extra mile to work through our issues to still be friends. And there's times in relationships where I look back and I go, and I've told people, I said, I'm not interested in being your friend. and it really hurt the person. And I was like, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I don't want to waste your time or my time anymore. I'm not interested in a friendship. And that hurts. I get it. It's really blunt, but I don't want to waste my time and I don't want to waste your time. And so I don't see the point in continuing our friendship. I don't want one with you. And I've said that to people before, and it get really offensive, but it's like I could easily, when I have issues with the say Mizzy or Fish or something like that, and say, you know what? I just don't like I think about that stuff and I'm like, you know what? It's not worth working out. I don't want to be friends with you, Fish. Like it's not worth it. But no, I've always realized like, no, I want to work this out because I miss him. He's a good friend. Like even though Fish and I might not talk every day or every week even, I realize that his friendship is important to me and I don't want to throw that away because of an argument.
Yeah, I know, and I've done it. I've thrown away friendships when I was younger because I'm like, you know what? I like self-analyze. Like, I do it. What are you adding to my life, or do I need you
Mhm.
in my life? And I just cut them out, completely, and then I don't regret it. Just
Let
moved
me tell
on.
you, people in the chat, like I know I'm not the oldest person. I don't have, like I'm only 33. Some people be like, you're only 33. I hate that. Like, oh my gosh, you got your whole life ahead of you. No, you don't. I could get hit by a car dying tomorrow and you guys wouldn't even know it. You would never hear from me. You'd think I ghosted you, but I was just dead. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. I could die. But my point is like, don't take offense so offensive when or realizing like sometimes you need to realize, hey, you got to cut people out of your life. And something I have been doing on Instagram is muting a lot of people now on my feed and my stories. And I'm seeing a lot less posts. And you know what? Does that sound real mean and everything? Yeah, maybe it does. But you know what? I'm doing it because I don't want to see everybody getting stuff in the FOMO and the free stuff. If that frustrates me, I know you're doing it. You got to do what's best for you. You got kids, family, you're saving money. I understand all that stuff. But I'm going to do what's best for me, which is trying to cut out negativity, stress, the FOMO, things like that. And so I'm trying to cut that out now. And I think it's helping me because I start to get stressed out by that. Like I think a lot of people do, or maybe they do, but I'm just the one who's willing to speak up on the matter and my frustration with it. So
Yeah, I have no problem with anybody speaking up on any of their an opinion. Like if it's what you believe and what you feel and it's what you should do. you know, don't just do what the masses or what everyone expects you to do. Or yeah, so I have no problem with you cutting out or phasing out something you don't want to see at the moment.
mhm,
Like if you don't like Terrifier 3, don't go watch
yeah,
it. If you don't like Wonder, don't go watch it. Like it's like it's an opinion.
yeah.
We're just giving our opinions about stuff on
And
here,
don't
and
that's the thing. It's like
there's so
don't
much
take it
content.
personally.
So
You're doing what's best for you, which is
yeah,
you want to get obviously you got kids, you're saving money, you're getting free stuff, and I understand all that, but I got to do what's best for me by not seeing that stuff because it's starting to get all over the place and it starts to flood your feed and you're just like, fuck, I spent $200 this week and I just saw everybody get this in and didn't pay $1. That's frustrating. You know what I mean? And other people could be like, man, you're just
yeah,
jealous. That's fine. I am. Okay. I do. I get jealous. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah. That's nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that
I'm
saying it either.
envious. Like
Yeah,
I'm
because
frustrated.
I've yeah, it's more envy, right? It's like, man, I wish I was getting that. I've been in the same boat. I mean, I've wished that I got a copy of something in, or I didn't have to pay for it. uh, all the time. I don't go out and like talk about it or make videos about it because it's just my own like inside my own head kind of
Mhm.
stuff. But I move on from it real quick because if I really want that movie, regardless if someone got it for free, I'll pay for it. Because again, if I don't need it, I don't have that FOMO anymore. I'll like the Hitcher second sight set I haven't picked up. I never picked up. I don't know. It's like half of them that just came out. Like the You're
Mhm.
Next. You were
Yeah.
talking about the Chunky
Green
Box, the
room.
Ginger Snaps
It
Chunky
follows.
Box, Green
Yeah.
Room. The last It Follows. I didn't pick up the last what 5 or 6 of them. Do I feel like, oh my lord, like I don't have them on my shelf? No, because I have all of these on my shelf. I have a ton of movies. I'm happy with what I
Yeah.
got. I'm happy with what I can get. And I figure I'll come across one of these damn sets in 2 years because some other really cool sets come out, and then that set's now worth
And yet,
nothing.
don't get me
And
wrong,
I'll get it for five
there's
bucks.
people that are really quiet, right? Like a Jeff, for example,
Uh,
stays out of all that trouble, and I respect him for that, right? He doesn't want to ruffle feathers. You know what I mean? From my understanding of getting to know Jeff, he prefers not to,
yeah,
create drama or anything. I'm not saying I'm trying to create drama either, but I'm willing to speak up and voice my opinion. And maybe if that ruffles feathers, I feel like more of a Jeff Corey want to just kind of treat everyone with respect, and that's great, and I want to treat people with respect, but I'm kind of not afraid to kind of ruffle the feathers, I guess. And I feel like, there's people that are like, no, I'm just going to stay away from this one, I don't want to get involved, and I totally get that, right? Why get involved if you don't need to,
yeah. Stay
yeah,
neutral.
neutral,
Stay
exactly.
neutral versus
Yeah.
picking, a side. And it shouldn't be we have to start picking sides. Like hopefully this doesn't turn into some the new thing on the tube about the big debate of
I think that
because we already know it's
I think the community, or whatever you want to call it, those is I think that there's a big divide here, and I mean, you see Tim, he's quitting YouTube. I mean, I think there's a lot of sides. People want to call it clicks. There's a lot of, you got, the sides of like the Knicks and the D Rays of the world. They kind of have their own group, you feel, and then they get mad at us because we have our own group, and it's like, but you don't let us into that group. So I don't understand, because it's like, hey, yes, we do our own thing over here, Johnny. We all stream together. We do our hangouts and our meetups, and we go backstage and do our circle jerks, like they call it, and do all that stuff. But what's wrong with getting together and having fun and meeting up at an Airbnb? And the real question is, look, when we do that, there's a lot of trust that goes into that, because it's a lot of money for one,
yeah,
and we're spending 5 nights together. If you invite somebody who's not going to get along, that's going to create a lot of tension and awkwardness. So there's a lot of trust that goes into it. There's 16, sometimes 20, 23 people meeting up at an Airbnb. I'm sorry, but bringing a Nick or a D-Ray is not going to make the flow of the trip very well, okay? Because they don't want to be there, and we probably don't get along with them very well. You know what I mean? Like, that's just the way it goes. I don't understand why people get mad and say I'm not invited to certain things, when you wouldn't want, like, you're getting mad because you're not invited to certain things, or you're not getting comments or something like that on the video, but you're not commenting or reaching out to anybody else either. How can I get mad and say Johnny never calls me? I never talk to Johnny on the phone. Jeff never gives me a call, right? What the hell are they doing? I don't call them. How can you get mad and say I'm not invited to shit when you're not asking to be invited? Like, I'm not saying you shouldn't ask to be invited. That's maybe bad, but reach out and say, "Hey, Johnny, I'd like to talk to you more. Like, you're my friend, man. Like, why don't you ever call me?" I don't think it's hard to do that. You know what I mean? I put the effort. Tony reached
right.
out to me. He texted me yesterday. Said, "Hey, hope you're having a good week." That's it. Or hope you have a good week, he said. Like, that's all. I didn't even respond to him. And then he texted me today, and I still didn't text him back. You know how I can be with texting people back. And
Right,
and
right.
so I finally got back to him tonight. But like, that's the thing. But it's communication, man. And look, you might not get along with everybody. I used to be really good friends with Nick. I have no issues with the guy, but we don't talk anymore. That's it. That's all. I don't have an issue. I don't have an issue with D
Yeah,
Ray. I don't talk to the guy. I don't subscribe to his channel. I don't have an interest in it. I don't want to hang out with him, and he doesn't want to hang out with me. It's really that simple. I have zero interest in hanging out with any of them. That's the truth. Why are you mad about that? Nobody's forcing you to watch.
yeah, and I never really watched his content, or because I'm still like new to the tube world, and for the most part, I don't know every channel, and I try not to get into the drama, I guess, behind the scenes drama that takes place, like the soap opera. Um, but I do see this like in the stories on each thing, and it seems like a lot of similarities. Yeah, a lot of just groups, and if people want to make within these groups want to take it further and form friendships and bonds like that are out of just on the camera, like there's nothing wrong with
Mhm.
that, and it shouldn't be like shunned or should be shamed or made fun of, because you want to go hang out with people. Like that's what you should be
And I'm
doing,
not
right?
making it
Like,
secret. Let me tell you, everybody watching right now, I go backstage. Yes, Mizzy and I watch the same movies. Yes, we have very similar taste. Are we different in some aspects? Yes, he likes Smile too. I didn't. Okay. But for the most part, Mizzy and I hang out because we get along. Do we have our issues like anybody else? Absolutely. But you know what? I get along with Mizzy really well. He gets along with me. We watch movies together. We have the same schedule that lines up like that. Jeff will join us. He said, "Hey, message me, and maybe I could join." You know what I mean? Like, so when we do that, we could reach out. Fish has joined us in the past before. It's not
right.
secret. It's not some secret hangout backstage. Like, it's I'm open to that, and if people want to join that, I think would have a good time and want to join, then yes. And if we don't have a good time, then what's the point of trying it to do it again? But me and Mizzy,
Yeah, you just got to be
and I'm honest like that. I would be honest, like
proactive
if somebody
versus
reached out and
reactive.
said, "Hey, man, can I join?" And somebody might, I don't know, I'm probably behind like crazy in the chat, but there might be somebody right now that says, "Hey, I'd love to join." I'll tell you straight to your face, I don't want you to. Like, I'm not interested.
Right,
I sorry you think that.
right. I don't want to watch a
No, I don't
movie
want
then.
to hang out with you backstage, man. I enjoy my time with Mizzy. He's cool. We get along, but I don't think you'd add to that. Like, it is what it is. I mean, if you take offense, what
Yeah,
do you want me to lie and then be like, "Yeah, come on back," and then I'm miserable? I mean, I don't know.
it'd be better if more people are just upfront with each other. Yeah, and just tell the truth, so you don't waste weeks, months, years of like, wait a minute, we never even really liked each other, and we're just putting up with each other for the sake of it,
Mhm.
like for the group or because we're expected to or whatever. Um,
Especially
yeah.
relationships when it
So
comes to man and woman, it could be man and man, woman and woman, whatever. But why not let somebody down quickly rather than like lead them on? If you're not interested and you know you're not interested, don't
yeah,
just be like, "Okay, yeah, we can go on a second, third, fourth date." Why? I'm not interested. I have zero interest. Just let the person know. Don't lead them on. Like, that person might start to draw feelings and you don't even have any. Like, let them know. You know what I mean? I mean, Mitzi told me he
yeah.
had feelings for me. I had to tell him. I was like, "Mitzi, I don't swing that way. I don't have feelings." I'm just joking. Fucking poor Mitzi.
I don't like that.
Poor Mizzy right now. He's like, "Damn, Bob." No, I had to change this. I had to make light or make a joke of the subject. But
Yeah,
sorry, Mizzy, you were at the expense of that joke, the butt of that joke. It's okay. Mizzy's not gay. It was just a joke. He's very straight.
right.
I can promise you that. He talks about women all the time. So
Just just like the actor in my third movie.
okay, yeah, let's get into the third one here.
Look at that transition perfectly. Um,
Which one will
the
it be?
I only have this particular movie on a 4-pack, so you'll have the banner or the poster.
I don't have the banner for this one. I don't. So you could go ahead. It's gonna be Eye of the Tiger. I'll try and put
I
in
have the
full screen.
tiger.
I it's a
Yeah.
Scorpion title. I have it. I do not. There's no slip that came
This
with
is
it. I don't.
the Scream DVD Scream pack, a 4-pack, but
Well, I
yeah,
actually,
it's
before we get into it, can I catch up with the chat? Because
yeah, yeah.
I fucked up, man. We want to do a little tangent, but you know we
A
do
little
that stuff on my
yeah, yeah,
channel.
a
Looks
little
like
bit.
Adam's son will be quicker to fall in love with Dakota Johnson in 50 Shades than Bob ever did. From Wonder to Birds in the BJs. That's Holland. So true, Johnny. I know to pull out, I'll be good. Pregnant. Just laughing. This kid's out of control. Holland says. Wow, we're really far behind because that was like 4 hours ago.
Oh,
Um,
4 hours.
I'm glad I'm an 80s, 90s kid, Missy says. Bob doesn't have to worry about that. His girls don't have social circles. They have knitting circles where they discuss bridge and the latest osteoporosis medication they're taking. Laughing emojis. Everyone needs to watch Closer. Closer is great. Got to see Closer too. Fish recommended that one to me. Love Wonder movie, and you need to see Whitebird movie. Grant says I haven't seen Whitebird. Do you think, cuz? Texas Chainsaw.
My
Yeah,
my cousin.
Bob with the video is just like Ryan with the girl's number. I'm not gonna call. Which movie are we on? Well, that was number 4 was Wonder. Now we're on number 3. Just finished Wonder Fish. I'm
Yeah.
kidding. It's called Communication. Yep. What baked goods? Yeah. What baked goods? Hashtag self care. Wendy says. We got Chrissy in the chat saying evening, everyone. Johnny says, "Hey Chris, anybody popping in the last 20 minutes was in here for Bob's long 20-minute rant. Adam was just along for the ride. I grabbed the Hitchcock Umbrella Blu-ray. Nice. That was a nice set though. I have that same Blu-ray fish. Very nice set. Johnny says, "Great. Now everyone knows about the circle jerks. Way to keep a secret, Bob. Expect a call from Uncle Tony." Yeah, exactly. Hey Chris, it's so funny because Johnny's like, I guess they're talking about me, and I was like, Johnny, I thought they're talking about me. So me and Johnny, either way, I guess it's one of the two of us that people hate. It is what it is. It's going to be a public relations nightmare for Tony when he wakes up. Allegations of circle jerks. These are the days of our lives. Tony's mind is gonna be blown watching the replay. Tony doesn't watch the replays. It's okay.
Yeah.
I don't. That's the thing. I don't ask him to. Like, I'm not expecting him to. I don't test him. You remember that?
Right.
Somebody made a video testing their audience. I don't do that. I don't test somebody. Did you watch the replay? Okay. Finally, I love you, Doctor. Finally, look at that. He says finally. He's ready to move on. Dude, must be. Bob was just laying down the law, huh? We got Chef Jim Powers. What's up, Jim? Jim is in the chat. Hey, Jim, Mizzy, and Fish. All right. Yeah. Maybe he was saying finally to Mizzy, like confessing his love. I don't know. Who knows? What the hell just happened? Jeez, we're not talking about one day.
No,
No, I can't do it. I'm still adjusting to life on Restream.
Right.
So I caught up with the chat, though. There was no negative comments, which was nice. So number 3, Eye of the Tiger, which is Gary Busey before he was full on Gary Busey, right?
Yeah, it was good Gary Busey. It was old school good Gary. Even Gary now's all right, but he's before he got kicked in the head, Gary. Like
yeah.
But the movie, this was right up my alley. Like just 80s revenge, action, vengeance type of thing. You know, bikers and Buck Matthews, killer name for a character. Like and Busey. I mean, that's all I needed. Busey was like a couple of stars alone. Like I've been wanting. This is a first time watch for me too, because I've been wanting to watch this movie forever. But I just haven't. I just for some reason didn't, and then put it on the list. So thank you for doing that. Because I'll definitely be watching this again. I'm gonna get the individual Blu-ray. I'm definitely gonna upgrade. So
it's probably still in print too. I mean, well, you know, Scorpion, but you could probably still get it. I mean, so I mean, I know that he.
I'll be able
away,
to find it.
but...
Yeah, I'll be able to find this one. So I was never bored though. It just kept getting better and better as I watched. It was the action or like the vengeance revenge kind of scenes like that. It went a little further than I thought it would for like an 80s like movie like this. Like it was definitely R-rated. So I appreciated that too. It wasn't like soft PG-13.
Now I'm gonna put spoilers up really quick because I want to know. Spoilers for the movie here really quick. Eye of the Tiger. Yeah. His wife died in it, right? She did die.
Yeah, or I know she got like raped, right? Like she got attacked and raped. I can't remember if she died.
Her, don't they? I thought they killed her.
Probably did
but he had a
after
kid.
it.
But the kid doesn't die.
No.
No.
Not that I remember the kid dying.
No, I thought his wife got killed in the movie.
I don't remember putting it down on that part. I just know because the vengeance, like, because I know he had to seek revenge, you know, for what they did to her. You know, those dudes.
Right.
The biker, like, there was there was two villains in it, like the sheriff and the biker gang leader dude. Like, they're both bad. So he had like two freaking angles, two people he had to fight. You know, like the Rock and Walking Tall or the original Walking Tall. You know, like bad cops plus.
I like the original
bad
Walking
characters.
Tall as well. The original Walking Tall is good. This is like
well,
that. That's like if you like Walking Tall, the original Walking Tall, you like Eye of the Tiger.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was like, yeah, like
Scream, you like Beauty and the Beast. This isn't like that. This is an actual comparison.
Exactly. Yeah, like something happens to someone that like that Busey loves, he's got to go kick some ass payback's a bitch. Uh,
Yeah.
so the whole movie though, like, just rocked. Um, there was also, what else did I like, the mood, was it the theme song? Yeah, the theme song. I love the music, the soundtrack or whatever it was, the score. I can't even remember what it was,
They
but
play Eye of the
it
Tiger
fit
in the damn movie too at the end, don't they?
right. Like, it fit so perfectly, like with the scenes and stuff. It was like
Mhm.
goosebumpy kind of stuff. It was good. It's like,
Good
yes,
stuff.
pump me
Yeah.
up. Like,
Yeah.
felt like
Yeah.
felt
We're
something.
watching a
I love when
cheesy
I
action movie. Give me some
yeah,
cheesy action music.
right.
Yeah.
I love when it does that. A movie like plays the right music and the right scenes. It gets my juices flowing. It pumps me up. I'm ready to jump through the screen and participate.
Yeah.
uh,
So this
and
was a
was it
4 or 4.5.
Yafet?
Is
Oh
this a
yeah, this
four?
was definitely a solid four, like 100% four, maybe closer to 4.5. But uh,
Cool.
a movie I'd watch all day. I could just put this movie on and just let it play. Just watch it.
So my list did not suck. I mean, I know we got two left, but like outside of the first two duds, like three and above is pretty good. I mean, I view three as a successful recommendation.
Yeah, no, I think it was a great list. Um, I from was like 8 up. Yeah, 3 stars and above so
Yeah,
far.
and we haven't
So
gotten to the last two. I feel like two. So hot take, not hot take, but little spoiler alert here. Uh, my number two and one are correct. Now, do I have the order correct? Is the question. But I knew you're one and two. I did literally have it right here. So pumping up the
wow,
juices. No spoilers. We're
that's
done.
funny.
Spoilers. Spoilers off. So I did predict your number 1 and 10, and I also predicted your number 10.
That's pretty good then. Yeah,
Yeah,
like you did pick them right. You did pick some good movies, and even the movies I didn't like enjoy or love the most weren't like the worst things I've ever seen. They're
yeah,
just
yeah,
weren't right up my alley that day
yeah.
moment.
And I would have recommended Dirty O'Neill to you, but I just didn't. It didn't fit. And you like Dirty O'Neill.
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
that. That was a good one. Um,
yeah. Holland liked Dirty O'Neill too.
it had, like
Holland.
you said, it had story. It wasn't
It's
just
yeah. That's
like
my 80. Like you
just
and I love
meh.
the 80s, man. We love the 80s,
Yeah,
so it works so well for us. Um,
a little
you want
unbelievable at times, but
yeah, oh, for sure. Yeah. You want to dive into number two then? Two and one?
yeah, yeah.
All
Let's
right.
knock it
So
out.
either way, these number two and one are going to be. I hope Mizzy's still here because number one and two, Mizzy both loved both of them, and I mean absolutely loved it. Mizzy's not. He doesn't give the most generous ratings. He 4.5 is pretty high for him. And my number one and two on your list, or your number one and two, Mizzy gave both 4.5 stars. So that's pretty fucking high.
Yeah, I could see why. Because number two for me is the Covenant.
All right. Number two is going to be the Covenant. Okay, so I was wrong. We'll get into that, but
Oh, okay.
yes, I was wrong on the placement of them. But yes, the Covenant here. Oh man, this movie is so good.
Right, a perfect small kind of cast. I mean, it doesn't have a lot of people in the movie for the most for most of the movie. It was just focused on these two. Um, the From start to finish, so I was glued. Like, I was like, didn't want to do anything else while I checked my phone. Nothing, like, leave me alone. I'm watching a good movie. Uh, uh, Jill, Jake Gyllenhaal, excellent. Dar Salim, excellent. Never even heard of this guy. Uh, Killed it. Both of these two just made the movie.
This is
Like,
so good. This movie.
right, the brotherhood aspect. Is this? I would say, like, and it was a great pace, great flow. I was
Mizzy,
still not ever, yeah, never bored. All of that kind of stuff. Even with not a lot going on at times, like there was times where not a
Mhm.
lot going on, I was still like glued to it. So it,
But you work for a you take phone calls, customer service over the phone. You can probably relate heavily to him snapping, right?
yes,
Like, he's losing his damn mind, and
yeah,
for
like
good
how many
reason.
thought,
for good reason. He's losing his mind. He's
Oh,
not
right,
getting
right.
through. He's not getting help.
Not getting through and stuff like
Yeah.
so like going deeper into it with like what happens here. So
I'll put spoilers up for this movie. Victor said he hasn't seen
yeah,
his. I hope it's better than 2006 Covenant. Look, yes, by far. I didn't hate the 2006 Covenant either, but it's 1,000 times better than that. I understand the hate for that movie, but yes, I'm gonna put spoilers up here. So give me 2 seconds because this is hard to talk about without spoilers. And
I know.
I
I'm like,
so yeah, spoilers are going up. We're gonna talk spoilers big time on the Covenant. So go ahead and just dive into it, man.
yeah. I mean, cause is this based off like a real like post 9/11, right? Like it's like
I'm
kind
pretty
of
sure it's like definitely a true
okay.
story. Yep, exactly. Like,
Yeah.
but
So
there's a lot of this that happens out there. They write it at the end of the movie like this is not just a once in a lifetime story. This happens so frequently with the translators.
right. How yeah. And he, so with Gyllenhaal going and having to get uh, when he gets hurt and having to get like taken care of and everything. Like this dude, I can't remember his name in the movie, but Dar, whatever. Like he didn't have to take care of him or do anything, but it was just like this. Uh, uh, I would say brotherhood thing, but like doing what's right. Um, it was just great examples of like heroism and doing like a commitment, a bond. Like that was what it was. They have this thing in there: a bond, a pledge, a commitment. Like it, total great examples of all three of those things. Like the whole movie just plays out wonderfully. Um, Pay your debts. That's what the other thing tells you to pay your debts and uh, and follow through with what a promise is. So if you promise something, you better do it. uh, the sense of duty though, or the family, all of it. Just I love the acting, the message. That scene, like, was he had to wear in the wheelbarrow, whatever, taking Jake across just take him to the
I
border or
showed
whatever.
my dad this movie. My dad was blown away by that. I mean, how I don't know how many days it was. I think it was weeks, and I think it was over 100 miles as well,
Right?
and maybe
To take him.
150 miles. So it had to be weeks. And I mean, sometimes I'll tell you, I do these damn streams, and I want to shut the fucking stream off and go watch the movie.
Yeah, I almost rewatched this one because I did rewatch part of number one, and this would have been the second one that I would have put on to try to get parts of again because I loved like lots of parts of the movie, And then yeah, what he did though for him to go through all of that, and if Jake would have not come through, like if he would have just gave up on that first phone call or didn't, get him where he said, get him to the States, I would have been pissed. I'm not even in the movie or know these people, but I would have been like yelling and screaming at him, like, "What? He did all that for you, and you couldn't get it to follow through." So,
The
but
ending. Okay, for one, okay, so Nikki always talks about this. I don't know if Nikki is listening. I'm really curious because Nikki would love the wife in this because she was so supportive. And Nikki
yeah,
loves strongly supportive women in movies like who support their man. And the woman in this movie, the wife, she was like, what did she say? She said, no matter what, you're never going to be able to like live with it if you don't go. She said, we'll remortgage the house if that's what it takes for you to go get him back. And like I
yeah,
get so much goosebumps talking about it, but it's so good because she supports him and she's like, you just come back to me.
right. You do what
But
you have to do
she
to
knew he
to
wasn't going to be able to live with himself if he didn't go get him. She knew it. I
right.
love the scene when he is talking to his soldier. He's such a good actor, Jake Gyllenhaal. But when he tells him, he goes, "There is a hook inside me," and he's like, he yells at his commanding officer, and he's like, "There is a hook." He's like, "If you think this is a debt that I want," he's like, "If I could get away with not having this debt, I would." He's like, "I can't." He's like, this is a debt that will be paid. And it's just like, I need
Yes,
to pay his debt. Like I did so. This movie's so fucking good, dude. So good.
That's why I even put that in the quotes. Pay your debts, because he
Yes.
says that you pay your debts.
Hmm.
Especially that kind of a debt. Like I get if someone borrowed $5, or something, and you didn't want to pay it back. Well, that's different. Like this is your life. Like to save your life, and if to take that lightly, no way. So
Hmm.
the whole movie, it was just great.
But
Like,
the ending, bro, the when he goes after him, that is so the action scenes in this movie, the war scenes are incredibly well made. But when he goes back for
yeah,
him and then they realize that's it, we're done, we're out of ammo. I was like, bro, this is wild. Like, I can't believe this is how it's gonna end. I didn't think it would, I really didn't, but the fact
right. They
that
set it up. Yeah,
the fact that he went back and like he risked everything and they were out of ammo, like he was prepared he laid his life on the line for this man. Like I
yeah,
know military isn't always everybody's cup of tea. I get it. Some people believe in military propaganda. Some people are very anti-war and like they hate war movies, things like that. Okay. I'm not
yeah,
gonna argue that. I'm not gonna sit here. I love war movies. I personally love it. It's probably my favorite genre out there. One of my favorite genres. I grew up watching war movies from day one with my dad, from before I could freaking walk. Okay, Black Hawk Down, The Patriot, the list goes on. And so I love movies like this. And this is more than just war propaganda or anything like this. This is a movie about brotherhood. And like you said, you go and get like who knows if these two would even be friends. It didn't even seem like they were, but he pays his debts.
yeah. They at first, I don't think they were
He didn't
friends
like
because he was
him.
just
He
a
didn't like
sign.
him.
He's just like another translator. I just need you. Like it's your turn, kind of thing. And
Yep.
then this guy ends up just working out, and it's because this Dar Salim guy has like a different approach. I think is like in his translations, or he like more common sense approach or something. But it it just works out. And then I think Jake never thought he would have to go through he had to like think about it. Like he got in his own head. Like man,
The
this
action
dude went all
scenes
through.
too in the beginning, I did not see that his whole crew getting mowed down, his whole team. I did not
Right?
see
Oh
that
yeah,
coming, dude. Everybody's just gone. It just they don't stand a chance. I was blown away. I love that this movie took risks. I know it's based on a true story, but there are some war movies out there where you're just like, okay, like people die in war. That's just the reality of the situation.
yeah.
Sometimes everybody. And this movie did not sugarcoat it like, hey, people are gonna die. His team is not all gonna live. This is not a hunky dory movie. It's not happy go lucky. Like this is real life shit.
That's why, like, if I say for the most part, it turned into a small casted movie because it starts like, oh, there's gonna be a lot of people in this movie, and yeah, then it just focuses just the story just onto these two, and you get locked in with the the chemistry. The chemistry is excellent, between these two.
Oh, it's so
Um,
good.
yeah,
It's so
so
good,
that's
man.
where,
There's a hook when he's doing that. He's like, there's a hook
yeah,
inside of me, and his mannerisms, like his acting in that scene blew me away. I know. Shout out to Ashley. Ashley's favorite actor is Jake Gyllenhaal. He is probably to me. He's becoming like one. He's growing on me as one of my favorites now, and it's because of his range. I've been seeing more and more of the ones I haven't seen, and this man just has incredible range. He can really do anything. He's done
yeah.
Southpaw, Donnie Darko. I mean, he does a mixture of everything, man. Nightcrawler, where he plays a creep, kind of a crazy man. Like he can do anything.
Oh no, he's excellent. Wasn't he Bubble Boy?
He's in Bubble
Um,
Boy. Yeah, I haven't seen
he
Bubble
is
Boy.
Bubble Boy. Yeah, he
Yeah,
is the Bubble. He's done everything. Like
yeah.
he's great.
Brokeback Mountain, which I've never seen, but like obviously, people say that's one of his best.
Yeah,
So, not my cup of tea, but
yeah.
you know,
I'm sure he gives good kisses and smooches. So,
shit the
but he's definitely one to watch in this movie. If you Even if you didn't like Jake Gyllenhaal before, I would still recommend this movie. The movie itself is pretty good, especially if you like anything with war. Definitely would watch it, but it's not really even a war movie in a sense. I mean, it's got war in it, but it's not like full blown just nonstop war. Um, but yeah, I mean, like 4.5. easy. Like I don't even know what else would have made it a 5. Like it probably could be, but I just
That's what
went with
Mizzy
four and a
says.
half.
He's like, I don't give a lot of fives, but this probably is. He's like, but 4.5. He's like, but it might be a 5. The only thing you could potentially say because there's slow periods of the movie. It's not
Right.
there's not nonstop action. There's slow moments, but it all is there for a reason. There's really nothing
Yeah.
that even though it's slow, you can't edit it and be like, okay, this needed to be out. Like every scene mattered in the movie.
There was a purpose for the desert, that long desert
Yeah,
haul. Like, why would then he need to go back? Yeah. So I get everything had a reason. But yeah, that's probably it. Only those couple of downtimes. Um,
incredible score too. Really good score, playing over some of the
yeah.
scenes. Yeah,
I'll
he'll get
eventually upgrade. So
Mizzy will get his day with the Oscar one day, or Mizzy will get his day. Jake Gyllenhaal will get his day. Spoilers are off the screen. Mizzy, yes, Jake will win one day, and I think he should. Spending a whole day in the Poca Desert, I can't do it, but Dar Salim's character, I'm assuming yes. And Nikki says she'll be checking this one out. Yeah, Nikki, this one,
yeah.
and there was one other I mentioned. I don't know. It was this and maybe Semper Fi. I think Nikki would like Semper Fi as well, but I said there was one other. What the hell was it? I don't know. It's not Girl House. Wonder.
Mm,
If Nikki hasn't seen Wonder, I said
probably
that
Wonder.
her and Jake need to make her and Jeff need to do a movie night and watch that. Mizzy will get an Oscar, hopefully, maybe. Uh, who knows? All right,
I'll watch
so
them.
I'm going to take that off the screen. Number one is going to be the only one left, which you have a DVD of as well. But I'm going to go ahead and put it on the
Yeah.
screen, and it is going to be Rudderless, which is right here. William H. Macy directed it, by the way.
Yeah.
Lawrence Fishburne's in it. Anton Yelchin before he passed away too early. Rest in peace. Felicity Huffman's a supporting character. Selena Gomez is very minor in it, but she's and Billy Crudup gives, in my opinion, his best performance.
Yeah. I I don't even think I've watched many Billy Crudup movies before. I mean, I think I've seen them, but nothing that was like memorable to me. Like that, I'm like, oh god, I gotta watch that again. But oh god, like I had to put it on again, and I was almost crying. like, it just is for number one, the music. The music in this movie is so
Really
good.
good.
It's my kind of music. I guess I like sad white boy music or some.
That's
Uh,
me too. It's okay. I like
yeah,
sad music. I
disturb,
like sad
disturb,
movies and sad music.
disturb white kid that's going through problems in life. Music, I guess. Every song though they played in this with the scenes and however it would went, it was just beautiful. William H Macy, great, excellent job directing this.
Before you get into you want to call it a twist, it's the spoilers of this movie. I do want to
Yeah,
tell everybody if you're watching this stream right now, this is a movie that it's a very heavy subject matter. I'm not going to talk about what it is because you just need to go in blind to this movie. It is a very heavy subject matter, especially for certain, whether your parents or a kid or something are struggling with depression. But I highly recommend checking this movie out. Don't listen to us spoil this movie. Don't listen to us talk about it. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. And seriously, come watch the stream afterwards. I know Holland Oates will do that and listen to our conversation afterwards. So I appreciate that Holland Oates does that. But yeah, I'm going to put spoilers up because I do want to dive into it. And I just don't want people that haven't seen it to be spoiled, if that makes sense. Because
yeah,
there's
you need to see it.
yeah, this movie sounds like Once but Not Irish, and I guess darker. Yeah, it. Just watch the movie, Vince, Victor. I don't want to say it's like super dark. It's just a very heavy subject matter, more so. But it's a very sad movie, very emotional. And the reason I recommended this movie to Adam is because he's a father and he has a kid. He has 3 kids, but I felt like you can talk about this movie in ways that I would never be able to.
Yeah, I mean, trying to if I was like putting myself in his shoes, like when you had asked me earlier if I would, what was it like if I would have done the same thing or um, uh, or how I would have reacted or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah, I
the
asked him backstage what I mean most people probably haven't seen this, but I asked Adam if it was his son, what would you do? And Mizzy's seen it, so he's definitely listening. And some other people might not have turned us off, but I talked to Mizzy and I asked him. I said I want to ask Adam the question of if it was your son that shot up a school, what would you do? And and I was a little nervous because I know that could be a personal question and tough to answer or put yourself in those shoes. But I did want to
right.
kind of touch on that because it's the subject of the movie.
And that's where like if trying to think about that deeper, like more, like I probably would have went through the same kind of denial or like hermit, like put myself away from the world, don't want to expose myself, talk about it for a long time. Um, but finding like if I found my secret, like where my son's like secret world, his like his thoughts, his what he was, who he was, in the shape or in the form of music, writing, anything. I would have wanted to visit it. I think I would have wanted to play it. Would I have gone this far as Billy did in the movie? Probably not that far with it, but I would have wanted to honor him even with what he did, because he's still my son. He's still
Mm-hmm.
he's my kid, and
And
I
he
would
says
think that
that in the
maybe
movie when he breaks down with Lawrence, and he said your son killed all those people, and he says, but he's crying, and he says, but he's my son. He's my son, though.
yeah.
Like it's my son. He's still my son. I loved my son. Like, yeah,
And you think that maybe because in the movie, right, he was a like a business exec or something, like he was really into his work. I think that's what I took it as. He was really into work and distant from his son, or they grew distant when they were alive, or he was alive, and he didn't know what was going on. He didn't, remember I think he called and left a voicemail or something, or to his son, but his son didn't answer or something like that. But like finding out later that this is what he was going through and this is what he was experiencing in life, I would have felt really guilty, that I didn't know my son better, that I wasn't there to help him more, that he got to that point where he needed to shoot up a school and then I think he killed himself or he was shot. I know his son died, but
I think he killed
yeah,
himself.
yeah, I think so. I think it was that he killed himself. It probably makes more sense with how deep the songs are. So
In the conversation between him and his wife with at the gravestone, at the tombstone, when she she's clearing off all the graffiti, which is what you realize they have to go through because we don't know that his son was the shooter until later on in the movie. And
right.
that's what changes everything. And I think that was so brilliantly played. I don't think it was a cop out or anything. I think it was brilliantly acted and everything. And um, my goodness, that scene when they're talking and she's like, "Were there signs though?" And she's just like, "Did we miss them? Was it our fault?" It's powerful conversation.
Oh, I'm sure that's the wife and I would be having the same conversation. We would be like, what could we have done? Did we cause this? All of that would be going through our heads. And like you just said, that's how it was played. I had no idea that he was the shooter. I thought he was one of the victims. So the way they acted and the way they just it twisted there, I was just like, what? What?
Hmm.
Like I was like mouth ajar, like, whoa. And then
And
it was even
Anton Yelchin's so good in this too. He was always
oh,
great. I think he had a bright future, but that scene when he realizes he's like, "Is it true?" And you can see he's like, "I can't play your son's mute. We can't like, what can we do? We can't play your son's music. He killed all these kids."
yeah. He and to be honest, I almost thought at first it was like reincarnation, like that Anton was kind of coming back as like his kid or whatever. At first, I'm like, I don't know why I was thinking that. Um, because it felt like it. They had such a good bond, those two, right off the bat, like a father son. Anton filled those shoes that Crudup needed to get back on his feet, drinking away on the boat, doing nothing, painting houses. He moved on from his business life and rich life and fancy suits. So it really wrecked him. It ruined him, and you could tell the wife just wanted to move on from this. She'd like, I just want to move on, kind of thing. Anton just, yeah, was he singing in this movie? It felt like his voice was coming through on the songs too. It's like it sounded like him, but
Yeah, and I think
um,
Billy was definitely singing. I know that for sure. I think Anton was as well,
it made it
yeah,
even better. It made it better that I could hear him. And yeah,
yeah. The
every
music works for me so well in this too. I between this and the Covenant, I'm like shit. I'm supposed to go see the Venom tonight, and I will, but I'm like, fuck. Now I want to watch the Covenant and this, and I have so many movies I still have to watch. I got streams coming up myself, but that's what happens on these fucking streams. Not just ones I recommend, but sometimes it's ones that were recommended to me, and then I do the stream, and I'm just like, I want to go watch it again.
I know.
I mean,
That's why when I was looking at it, I'm like, I'll just throw it in. So I kind of like flipped around and then I left it on for a bit, and I was like, oh,
and I didn't
now I
get to
know why
read
I picked it.
all of these, so like I really want to now, so I didn't get a chance to. Yeah, it's so good. It's a beautiful movie, it really is, and man, that it's a tough subject matter, and I'm glad we got to kind of discuss it, because I was, you have a kid, man, just like with the Semper Fi with having a brother. I don't like I'm a son, but I never thought about suicide. I never thought about shooting up a school. I've struggled with depression at times, sometimes not even understanding what depression is, and realizing as I gotten older, like, oh, this is what depression is. This is what I've struggled with. Like, but I've never thought about that. Like, he had a girlfriend in the movie, but he didn't. Didn't reach out to the parents. But I also understand. Like, I don't think I would want to reach out to my parents if I was struggling either. I think that's where friends come into play, because I think sometimes it's easier to talk to your friends than it is your family, your parents. I think it always, a lot of times it is. You don't want to go to your parents. Hey, Dad,
Yeah,
I'm
and my
struggling with depression.
my my dad left young, so and then he's gone, and my mom, we never did the emotions. We kept those to ourselves, and if I was having a breakdown or issues as a kid, she just didn't know how to handle it. As a single mom, she'd just kind of stare at me like blankly. I'm like, well, I guess whatever. I got to figure out these feelings somewhere else. So I remember bottling things up a lot as a kid, or bottling up stuff. And I learned to let it out more, as time went on. And now that I have a great relationship with my wife, if something's really eating at me, she knows. She could pick up on it, and then I just got to let it out somehow. But it takes time. Like, and that's where if he could have just had somebody, the kid, his son, had somebody to release whatever that demon was, whatever was causing him to need to kill people or kill himself, it would have been good.
And
Because I get it.
we talked about wonder and bullying. I'm not saying, I don't want to say that if we had less bullying, there would be less school shootings, because I still think kids have issues and things like that. But I do think that there would be a lot less school shootings if kids weren't so bullied and like badly, like kids like in maybe in this movie. And I don't know if he was bullied, but it sounded like he was. I feel like a lot of the motive behind school shootings oftentimes seems like it was because they were bullied at some point.
Yeah, they
That
don't
was
really give
that
you
was
the reason.
Columbine. Columbine was that way. It was because they were bullied, right?
Yeah, they're different. Any kid, because so many kids now are different.
Yeah.
Um, like there's just they act like even with my twins now because they're in high school, so I get to hear about certain stuff. Um, the cliques, the way that they are, and how mean kids can be now. Like it's just amazing how this stuff doesn't happen. And unfortunately, more. Um,
Like
it,
Mizzy said,
it
I'm so glad I grew up in the 80s, 90s. Mizzy said, so I don't have to. I can't imagine trying to grow up today. I just can't.
Yeah, and it's because of the social media and access to these phones and how quick stuff spreads. It's just like wildfire, way faster now than it was when we were kids, and I felt like we could take our lumps back then a little bit more than some of these kids are so
Sensitive.
like yeah, sensitive, whatever that word is. Like it's oh Lord, uh, we were a lot
Hmm.
tougher. I felt back then. Like we
Yeah.
got called names all the time. It's like whatever, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me.
Well, there's so
They
many
don't
words.
believe. Yeah,
So
they
many
don't
words
believe that now.
you can't say gay. I mean, you can't say. There's a
Yeah.
lot of things you just can't say today. So. Yeah, I'm gonna catch up with the chat here.
Yeah, go
Bob and
ahead.
Helen, giving your hopes up to Mizzy, stay grounded. Oh yeah, nice seeing Larry Fishburne in it because that was Nightmare on Elm Street 3, I believe. What's up, party people? We got Benicio in the chat. What's up, brother? What is
Sup,
up,
sup?
man? Oh man, I remember when we did this stream, not stream, but a video with Benicio and Caprice. That you were on that
That was my
brain
first one
brain
ever.
damage. Benicio, the motherfucking horror cholo. Depression sucks, but I never thought about the school crap ever. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'll tell you what, man. Benicio goes through some shit, but tries to stay as positive as he can, man. Um, does a
Yep.
pretty good job because I'll tell you what, I'm not gonna lie, like and I know people would be like, oh, every time Benicio jumps in the chat, you say some shit. It's like I don't care, man. I'll do what I want. But dude, I know, like I have conversations with Benicio, dude, and he deals with some shit, okay. And I don't think I don't think I could do it. Like I couldn't.
Yeah.
Some of the shit that people deal with. That's why when I look at my life, I'm like, if I think I have it bad, I'm like, no, no, I don't. I'm just like I
Yeah,
have
he's
it.
had a shitty card dealt to him, so
Yeah,
what he's has to go through and what he's still doing to stay
yeah,
upbeat and positive, and he's the man. He's a
yeah.
real
It's tough.
man.
Like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, man. Like, yeah, I don't. Who knows? Benicio might be struggling inside more than he's gonna show, but that shit, fucking, like you said, depression sucks. But man, he goes through some shit and he keeps it together somehow. So Brian S says I'm only kidding too, Mizzy. Nikki with the upside down face. I think I told Nikki, if there's a couple movies on this list like I need you to see ASAP, like badly. So I always enjoy talking to Nikki. Where's Jeff been? He's been quiet this whole night. Brian says almost everyone is bullied, but not everyone snaps. Yeah, people get bullied. I don't know. That's part of the thick skin, like you just said, needing to have thick skin. Like I got
Yeah.
bullied and I wish I defended myself more. I wish I stuck up for myself more. I wish I kind of fought back. That's one regret I have. But Mizzy says I know. LOL. Like depression, man. Like I didn't. Hell yeah, man. Brain damage. That stream was fun. Yep, it's a good one. Bob, my boy for life. I appreciate it, Benicio. Um, I didn't. I didn't realize this, but I just told Mizzy this. It's kind of weird to open up about this on a live stream, but I never understood what depression felt like until I started to want to sleep in and I didn't want to wake up. And then I realized I was like, I never understood this, but I was like, maybe I don't want to wake up because I hate who I am and I don't want to like face the day. And so I sleep in to avoid having to deal with life's issues and like having to deal with myself. But I know that I got to fix that. I'm a grown ass man. Like I've got to get to where I want to be in life. You know what I mean? But I struggle. And there's times where I started going through that a bit not too long ago. And I was like, damn, I never knew that. Like, cause I know I talked with Mizzy and he was like, dude, I never knew, I didn't think you ever struggled with depression. I was like, I never really did until I realized that one day when I like woke up and I was like, damn, like this is what it's like to feel depressed, not wanting to wake up because you hate yourself and you don't want to be awake. I was like, shit. It's like, damn. But it was like a reality check for me because I never understood
Yeah.
that. I never knew that that's what it felt like to be, struggle with that.
And you don't want to get there. You're like,
No,
yeah, you don't want to
sucks.
get to that point. Yeah.
Yeah. Benicio says I'm struggling hardcore, man, just trying to have a different mindset because how it was before did zero good anyway. Yeah, he talked to me about like Jeff is rearranging the media room, but listening. Yep, I'm listening. Movies, moving movies. Well, tell Johnny, where was he tonight? He was supposed to be here. I gave him a movie recommendation. He wasn't here. Somebody put Johnny on blast. But Benicio, yes, he keeps it positive, and that's tough because it's, you deal with some shit, man. Like it's hard. It's hard to, but like he said, to dwell or to beat yourself up, like almost like I was. What good does it do to stay in that? And I know it's really hard to snap out of that or always be. It's so easy, I guess, to be negative all the time or feel sorry for yourself, but like you're never gonna get better. I don't know, unless you
Yeah.
try to make progress and start to, you talk about it or whatever. Like if you're always beating yourself up or giving yourself a hard time or like, I think, woe is me, are you ever going to get better? And I'm not trying to discount depression or anything like that, but like you've got to get help, talk to somebody, like, cause it's never going to help to just constantly beat yourself up and hate yourself. Like that is not a good place to live.
Yeah, definitely. That's you want to get out of your head. So definitely
Yeah.
want to talk to someone or reach out to someone. If that kind of
Um,
stuff happens. So
Let's dive into, guys. I gotta literally go in like 5 minutes here. Let's dive
yeah,
in. Okay,
yes.
so I'm gonna give my predictions for you. Mizzy says, yeah, depressions, anxiety definitely sucks. Some days are better than others. Yeah, and some people don't. You wouldn't even know they're struggling. Panic attacks are even worse than depression. Those are now a part of my life as well. God, fucking panic attacks, man. I've had those when I was younger. I did that once. Oh, terrifying. My number 10 for you was If I Die Before I Wake. Number 9 was The Raid. It's a little off on that. 8, Girl House. Wasn't sure on that one. 7, Semper Fi. 6, Eye of the Tiger. 5, Wonder. 4, The Night Comes for Us. 3, The Champ. That's where I was off. 2, Rudderless. And 1, The Covenant. That's what I had predicted for you. What you can give your, I know you had like 2 other lists you had. So what was
Well,
the
I just put what I thought you would have liked or what you thought I would have liked, I guess, is number one. So I figured that you thought I would have liked If I Die Before I Wake is number one, which is crazy because it's opposite. Um, Girl House number two, Eye of the Tiger number three, The Raid number four, The Champ number five, Covenant number six, Semper Fi number seven,
got that right?
and then Wonder number eight,
Yeah.
The Night Comes for Us number nine, and then Rudderless number 10, like as the last movie. So it's
Yeah,
complete
okay.
opposite.
What was your prediction for me? What did you think I was gonna give them? Where did you think my ranking would fall? Because I got my ranking right here.
That's what it, so you, like
Oh, is that you thought I would have If I Die Before I Wake at number 1?
yeah,
Oh,
like
that
for
was your.
me.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
for
that's
you, what you like?
yeah.
Like
What
I
did
would
you?
have like the other way
Yeah,
around. Like for you, I would think that the like Covenant would have been number one.
that is number 1.
Like right off the bat, the Covenant number one. Semper Fi.
Number
I'm
2.
gonna go. I'm gonna go Semper Fi number two because it's brother, and then those two.
Oh, you didn't write this down. Okay.
Yeah,
I'll give my rating and you can tell me. Okay.
yeah,
I
yeah.
had number 10. I had If I Die Before I Wake. Number 9, Girl House. Number 8, Eye of the Tiger. 7, The Champ. And then this is where it gets like 4.5s and above for me. Rudderless, number 6. Raid, number 5. 4 is The Night Comes for Us. Number 3, Wonder. 2 is Semper Fi, and 1 is The Covenant. So I
But at
love
least have.
Semper Covenant.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
knew your one and two would be easy, but from there I would have
Now,
probably been
I would
off.
ask normally what if you would buy these, but you obviously already have for the most part. What would you give my overall list? And I gotta wrap this up really quick here. What would you give the overall list, like a rating, if you were to rate that? Then I'm 3.
Four,
It's gonna be any good, but yeah.
3.5.
3.5. Okay, that's good. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair. That's totally good. I appreciate it. 3.5. I like. Benicio anxiety is real. Nikki says. And it's like we talk about this all the time. Johnny's talked about it, but talk to somebody. Like on my Hall of Fame stream I did with him, he talked about that. You got to talk to somebody. Yes, it is Nikki, not my best friend at all. Yes, they are. Mizzy Venicio says, I'm so happy that Raid got included tonight. That and Ong Bak are like cinematic brothers, as I put it. I haven't seen Ong Bak, so no shit. It's so challenging to live with anxiety. Yeah, it's really difficult, man. It's difficult stuff. Anyways, that was everything. I'm sure some people will
Yeah.
be watching on the replay. Who knows? Maybe Anthony will watch on the replay. I know he's been here oftentimes. So shout out to Anthony for always hanging out and watching. I appreciate it. I don't know if we'll catch the replay. I don't know who will, but if whoever does, I appreciate it. Allie will. I know that. She'll be watching. She'll be like, yep, I heard this because she's watching literally right now. So, anyways, on the replay tomorrow. But yeah, this was fun. Fish was here tonight. Johnny was here earlier. I'm going to call Johnny out on Instagram. Don't worry, guys, because I had a recommendation for him and he wasn't here. And so I'm disappointed. I'm guaranteed you, Bobby Blue, our episode together with your recommendations. None of them, no matter the Humble's number spot, I won't give them a 1 star and 2.5. Still all decent. That's everything, though. I gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
You gotta give
Go
me a
watch
list,
Venom.
but you said you only gave me 2. Yeah, I don't think Venom's gonna be very good. I'm not like looking forward to it, but I like to hang out, So, but yes,
I'll find 10.
dude, yes, give me a 10 because I do. Your first list is the only one that I've ever given all 3s or above. So you gotta, do your thing. I'll be hitting you up for that again. So it's
I'll
been
work my
ages since
magic.
I've done a list with you. So I'm very excited. Good night. I like boobies. Helen says.
Yes. Good night.
Well, hopefully this worked well. The stream tonight. So Jeff, Johnny, Fish, Mizzy, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. Nikki, as always, hanging out. Everybody watching on the replay. Victor was here tonight, hanging out. Appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. And he chimes in right there. Venom sucks. Spider-Man 3 was better. I'm sure it does. That I don't argue with. I'm just kind of doing it to hang out. Benicio jumped in the chat later on. We had Brian S. He's been hanging out like in every one of these. He's always hanging out, so I appreciate it, Brian. And there were some other people. You obviously got Holland Oates in the chat all the time. Fish, Chef Jim Powers jumped in. Chris C jumped in for a while. Wendy was here hanging out. She was here for the boobies, and then she left once we started talking about the military stuff.
The boobies.
She was here for
late.
that. So yeah. All right. And everyone, thanks. Next week I will have Tony P on. We'll be discussing 10 different movies. There's a lot with one actress in particular that he has a fetish for. So we'll talk about that next week. Yep.